Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 10 o'clock. Wednesday night, December 4th, 2024. It is time for the eye test, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to everyone. We're going to discuss a matter near and dear to our hearts. Your team, the Atlanta Falcons. My panel should be coming through. And I would really like for you guys to welcome them in and accept them as your own. Because, I done found some music.
Ooh.
Excuse me. This is supposed to be a serious show. So,
sorry.
I can't do what I normally do.
Closer.
But ladies and gentlemen, as I said, welcome in. You're free to comment in the comment section. You're free to come on and argue and fuss with us. But remember, it's all love, ladies and gentlemen. It's all love. We're trying to get things straight. We're trying to correct some stuff. We're trying to get some stuff situated and make it where, it's palatable for everyone. But this medicine that we've had to swallow for the past 3 weeks, and especially after a break from not swallowing that type of medicine,
tastes like ass.
Just like 3 6s. A 3 6s toddy. Y'all young and y'all don't know nothing about that. So they have all this other stuff here for you to take. But guys, we're gonna have a kind of a short show tonight. We're gonna limit it to about 2.5 hours versus the marathons we've had. I've got some stuff I've got to take care of in the morning. But and the 2 members of the panel, Mr. C Dub.
What's going on, Mr.
El Jefe?
How's it going, guys? What's up, buddy? I'm just trying to get this plugged in here so I can charge my phone here.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, the batteries on the phones I have, they're starting to show their age, and it's might be time for me to get me another phone or something. I have to see if my credit is still good enough to get one.
I got you.
We can just jump right on in. What's up, El Jefe? What's going on, boss?
Another day in paradise. How are y'all doing?
No, we're here, man. Just trying, just trying to make it.
Yeah.
Try not to go crazy.
Well, since you guys are here already, we may as well jump both feet first into it. The title of the show tonight Is it time to go to the bullpen? Now in baseball, that's real easy because you got about 3-4 people there. They're constantly throwing, warming up, and you know, you the only thing you do is and point to the bullpen or make that phone call down there in the dugout and say, hey, you know, send somebody else in. Go out there to the mound and meet the man coming in and, hey, Harris, don't look like you got it today. Let me stick this man in here and get this out for you. You going on back there and going to the shop.
Yeah.
And depending upon how the game is going, you walk there with your head up, or you got a little bop in your walk and you watching your feet going toward the dugout or going toward the showers.
Yeah.
However, at this juncture, we don't have that luxury. You knew it was going to happen. The cries and screams and the clamoring for a change in either the pitcher we've got or a change of pitchers was going to start after what everyone saw this past Sunday and what everyone saw 2 Sundays ago. Because for me, and what I'm going to try not to do today is bend the conversation to my point of view. I'm going to try not to.
I mean, you're the host, John. You can do whatever you like. There's nothing wrong.
John, I don't think you can say anything that hasn't been said over the last couple of days. Like everybody has been, you know, over the last couple of days. Everybody just mad. So I don't think you can say anything.
Yeah, and because how about John? How about this? Maybe it's not what we want to see. It's more of, will we see it? Because the man in charge is like a captain of the Titanic. Bloop, 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 bloop. He is standing by Kurt. And the only way this changes is either if Kurt plays good or if Raheem has seen enough to put in the other guy. And look, we have this issue for one reason. They decided to draft Michael Penix at number 8. And you're seeing all these rookie quarterbacks playing. And some of them are playing well, some not so much. But it comes down to, is Raheem ready to do it? Me personally, if I was the coach, I'd still give him to Minnesota. And if he fails, then I really have to have a long talk with my staff, and I have to really think, do I need to make that move now, or do we just ride out Kurt? But I'll say this, when we signed him, I thought the first year was going to be guaranteed. At least give him 1 year, see what happens. Depending on how he finishes the year, will determine if it's an open competition with Penix, or Penix is starting, no questions asked. But honestly, I don't know what this coaching staff's thinking. I really don't.
I don't know if Penix is ready. He has 10 reps between regular season and preseason combined. Probably less.
Yeah,
less
and he didn't. Yeah, and remember, he didn't play all preseason because our guys, he wanted to see the third strings. He didn't want to see the backups.
So if our 12-year vet is like our 12-year vet who's seen everything was getting tricked Sunday by disguised coverages, I don't expect a guy who has less than 5 reps in the NFL to not be tricked as well. Like he has a learning curve. And the other thing I would say is that, like, when we see the success of our guy up there in DC, right? Or we see what CJ did last year, right? Look at the coordinators that they have. Look at like the coordinator that they got up in DC is a great offensive mind.
Experienced.
Great offensive mind, former head coach.
Yes,
right?
There you go. Yeah. I agree.
He was a head coach in college as well.
Yes, a very good one, actually.
Yeah, Jaden over there with Jaden. So
yeah,
I can see why Jaden Daniels has some success because they gave him the best possible chance to succeed. They gave him all the hey, let's give him everything he needs to be successful. And they did a good job of that. Same thing with CJ last year. He had a great left tackle to protect his blind side. He had Bobby Slowick as his OC. They gave him a tight end. He has a running game. He has all the components that was needed. Hey, let's give him the best chance of success. And I don't know. I mean, of course, Raheem gets to see him in practice, but I don't know if we've given him the best opportunity to succeed. Well, I think part of the struggle with Kirk is the OC. I think Kirk has been, this is my opinion, and I got in trouble in ABG with a lot of people because everybody just mad at Kirk right now. And, And my whole thing was, I was like, Kirk has been handled with kitty gloves, in my opinion, his whole career. Like
I agree.
He has flaws, but he's also had. Look, I'm gonna run off some of his offensive coordinators. Right?
Shanahan, go ahead. Yep.
Shanahan.
Yep.
McVay. Stefanski, who's a 2-time coach of the year. Stefanski was an OC. And O'Connell, who's right now doing tricks up there with some
Sam Darnold.
That was left for dead.
Yes.
So he's been handled with kitty, like he's had some of the best coordinators. He's had all pro receivers like Justin Jefferson. He's had Dalvin Cook to hand the ball off to. He's had TJ Hawkinson as his type. Like he's been in situations where he had the best offensive coordinators, the best pieces around him to minimize all his flaws. Kirk has always been Kirk. He's never had a strong arm. He's always been prone to turnovers at the wrong time.
Yep.
So I don't know what people's expectations were when you got a 36-year-old Kirk coming off an Achilles injury with a rookie offensive coordinator. So,
hey, Keely, I know you're talking. I got to say this. Why haven't you been on my show? Because I'm going to go here. You're cooking. And you're saying a lot of the stuff I've been saying. But go ahead, buddy. I appreciate it.
Invite me anytime. Like
no problem. I will.
I have a duty to John and Winston, so that's why I show up.
But no problem.
Yeah. So, but I think I just don't think like if people expecting. I don't understand why everybody's surprised because did I expect Kirk to throw 4 interceptions? No. However, Kirk will lose you a game and he'll win you a game. That's his whole career. Like that Philly game, I don't think Penix would have won that game against the Eagles. Kirk,
I agree,
won that game against the Eagles. I don't think that home game against Tampa here that went into the last minute and then the walk-off touchdown. I don't know if Penix wins that game. However, a 12-year veteran, Kirk Cousins, he wins that game. But then Kirk, he giveth and he taketh. He's been his whole career.
Bro, you are not lying. This is Kirk Cousins. And you know what's funny? You mentioned the names of those coaches. You notice what they have and what Zach Robinson doesn't have? Experience.
Yeah. And we got inexperience on both sides of the ball. Like I'm not a Kirk fan, so I don't.
I'm with you.
And ABG, people been taking me. Oh, he's just a Kirk fan. I was not I was not a fan of the Kirk sign. I was not a fan of drafting Penix. I was not a fan of drafting Bijan. I was not a fan of drafting Pitts. I was not a fan of none of this stuff. I was not a fan of taking Raheem over Bill Belichick. I was not a fan of Raheem putting 2 first-year coordinators, rookie coordinators on his staff. All of it sounded stupid to me. All of it sounded like
I'm
bad
with
decisions.
you. Yeah,
And to
I'm
me,
with
it's
you.
a combination of a whole bunch of bad decisions. So Kirk playing exactly how I expected a 36-year-old Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles with a rookie offensive coordinator would play. That's why I'm not surprised. People are talking about this and this was the argument that we were having with the New Orleans road game where it was like, oh, it's cool, this and that. I'm like, but this isn't a recent 3-game slide. He played like this against
No.
Seattle. He played like this against Pittsburgh. He played
Did you?
He played like this in the first home game against New Orleans. But people ignored it because we were still winning.
Do you guys remember or have any of y'all? And by the way, the new guy in the corner, what's up, man?
Hey, what's
Welcome.
up, fellas?
Yes, let me introduce RJ. He's somebody that we get to fussing and we talk Hawks. RJ,
Yes,
man,
sir.
welcome to the channel. Just,
Oh, okay. What's up, RJ?
I know
Hey,
you're
man.
just kicking the tires, trying to see
Ye-
what's going on and everything.
Yeah, man. Man, one of the things that I wanted to bring up, man, I do believe the players and the coaches share in the losing, but truth be told, we need to put a lot of smoke on your boy Terry Fontenot. He needs to hold some of this blame, man. He put these guys together. He's been drafting these guys. There's not a lot of talent on this football team, man. There's not a lot of talent.
Mhm.
If you look at the draft picks from Terry Fontenot, half of those guys are not even on our roster, are not even in the NFL anymore. That's bad drafting right there, man. That's bad drafting. And I think, it's easy because the players are on the field. It's easy for us to say, hey, man, these players are bad. And they have been bad. They're awful. But, man, I put a lot of blame on Terry Fontenot, man. This plan that he's been putting together is not working, and it doesn't make any sense. And I'll agree with you when you said I wasn't a fan of the Kirk Cousins pick. I wasn't a fan of Michael Penix. I wasn't a fan of drafting Bijan. We should have been building this defensive line a long time ago. Like when Terry first got here, I'm like, dude, you got to build this defensive line. Point blank. We got to get a deep. Think about this. The last time we've had a decent defensive line was in 2016, and they still were not even that great or that good. They weren't even that good, but that was the last time we had a decent defensive line. That should have been priority number one. And for me, fellas, man, we got to start putting some blame on Terry, man. And like I said, granted, players are bad, coaching is bad, but Terry's been here for 4 years now. We still got the same bad red zone offense, still no pass rush, still the same sorry Falcons every week, unpredictable. But one thing I do want to point out, and I think this is something, and I want to see what you guys think about it. Is it time to start the kid, man? Is it time to pull the curtain on Kirk Cousins, put in the kid, and just see what he can do?
Okay, I gotta answer. First of all, RJ, thank you. I like you. We need to talk also because you guys have been saying the same stuff I've said too on some of these shows.
Mhm.
I've been looking at Terry Fontenot because one of the last shows I was on, I said we need to look at all the drafts that Terry Fontenot was a part of. And of
Mhm.
course, one guy wanted to say, well, remember 2020 to 2020, we can't really put on. And I said, no. He's the last man left on this. I
Mhm.
said, and we can put it on him because wasn't he in the room?
Yeah.
So when you're in the room, John says to stank in the elevator when you let
Mhm.
one rip. My other
Yeah.
thing I want to say is when it comes to it, I want to look at all the draft picks and go,
Mhm.
are they here? Or are they on another team? Are they
Yes.
contributing? And a lot of them aren't.
Mhm.
So now I look at that. And then I remembered Bill Belichick wanted to be here.
Mhm.
who was the main person that kind of fought to make sure Bill wasn't here? It was Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And then Terry was okay with Ra. And I was like, okay, I'm cool with it because Ra's from a defense.
Right.
Until I saw the assistants.
Mm-hmm.
First year guys. I have been looking at these coordinators hard, and I've pushed on. Now, I'm also looking at the players because
Mhm.
I also feel like the players. Keeley said something great, and I want to say is, have any of y'all been on John Michael's Twitter? He used to be
I have.
on 92.9 The Game, but now he's on, I think, 680.
Mhm.
Go on it. He has a tweet about Kirk Cousins, and it says, take away Tampa Bay's game, the 2 games against Tampa Bay. He has 8 touchdowns to 1 interception, and he had close to 800 yards passing. Now, the other teams, I want to say, was 9 and 8. 9 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, and he's just barely over 2,000 yards.
Mhm.
So that's a little treat that what I'm going to probably talk about on things that make you go, But is what I'm saying is Kirk Cousins, like Keely said, we kind of was looking at it like the ones that weren't on fire about Kirk Cousins. I'm with Keely. I was looking at it like they're going to probably give him a year. Honest to God, I looked at this signing and said, there's your Alex Smith. If you're really going to do this, I hope to God they don't, because I wanted a defense. I wanted Jarrett Verse. I wanted, Dallas Turner. I wanted anybody that could play
Right.
defense. But again, Terry, afraid of defense or first round defense,
Mhm.
and has to go for the toys. We're now we're saying Kyle Pitts is a bust. And quite
Yes.
honestly, and I'm going to say
100%
this,
agree.
and I'm going to go here. I can't
I said
argue.
it the first year.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, one hit wonder. That's what I was saying.
Mhm.
Because I went, Matt had no one else to throw to, and Matt was going to get the ball to pitch. Notice he had the Julio syndrome. Get in the red zone, couldn't get a touchdown to save his life.
And C Double, you and John are old school guys. Y'all know effort is important. Kyle Pitts gives no effort whatsoever. When he's out there on the field, and a lot of people say, well, he does that because he's not getting the ball. Dude, you getting paid a lot of money, man. A lot of money. You need to be giving 110% everything.
He has flaws that go beyond just effort. Though.
He
The
does.
thing was, when I remember his scouting report, and again, I keep going. I remember Keyshawn Johnson and Bart Scott was on ESPN pre-draft talking about Kyle Pitts, and he said, like, look, this guy is not big enough to play tight end in the NFL. This is Keyshawn Johnson saying it.
Yep.
He's like, he's a tweener. Like, you know how you have someone who's a jack of many trades but a master of none. He's like, at which slot he's not good enough to be an NFL receiver, and he's not big enough, and he's not big enough to be an NFL tight end.
Absolutely.
And he said that's going to be the issue. One of the red flags on his draft, the little draft scouting report, they had issues with blocking. Like, he's just not strong enough to block at the NFL level. So if he's a liability attached to the line, that's why he spends so much time detached from the line. From the line, he's nothing more than a third or fourth string receiver, because Drake is a better receiving option and Mooney is a better receiving option.
Yes.
Absolutely. Does he have a large catch radius? Yes, he has a large catch radius. Is he going to shake anyone in a phone booth? No. He's not going to lose a top tier DB.
Me and John I have a football show. We do the Atlanta Falcon Beard Gang, and John was on it, but Ladarius, who is my co-host, and he is really good. You guys got to check his work out on Twitter and also on YouTube. But he talked about Kyle Pitts, and he says, first of all, he's a fan. He's also from let's call it. Give me a minute. He's a fan from back in the day in Florida. But he was saying the same thing. He says Kyle's going to struggle with blocking because he was never asked to block. Kyle's going to have a hard time being an inline runner because he wasn't an inline runner. And this is a guy that was following Kyle Pitts. So, and
Absolutely.
he said when he did his draft preview, one of the people he said was the Falcons have to go for Penei Sewell to protect Matt Ryan and whoever else. And I'm going, and I told him, I said, could you imagine if we would have just done that? Because
But
you wouldn't have to worry about Michael Penix's blind side because there you go, you got Penei Sewell. But
but
anyway,
but that's
but there you
part of
go.
the but that's to your all right. So to the original thing about Terry, that's part of the
Hmm.
issue was that it wasn't necessarily it was flawed from the beginning because there wasn't necessarily a direction. Because
Yeah,
when we were talking about a rebuild, and it was like, no, this is not a rebuild. It's more of a
reload.
restructure. Yeah, reload. So you don't if you're rebuilding, you're not starting off with a tight end as the first piece of a rebuild. Like
No,
that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
there's no consistency in what we were doing in terms of building a roster.
Yeah, rebuild
It's
is a quarterback. It's a lineman. It's a pass rusher. It's something like lines of scrimmage. You want to address that. That's what RJ was talking
and I
about.
remember
Yeah,
that
yeah. Go
21
ahead.
season with Harry Douglas and John Freaky was on the radio here, and
Mm-hmm.
Harry Doug Hugh
Yes.
Douglas, he went crazy talking about how do you got to rebuild and like how do you not he said a rebuild does not start until you get your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's when the rebuild start. He's on a Falcons show doing Falcons coverage, and he's like, a rebuild does not start until you get your quarterback. That's when the rebuild starts. The fact that they went and got a tight end is ridiculous. So with the whole Terry thing, it's kind of like the whole thing is just jacked up. Like all of this is stupid. Like I said, all of it just doesn't make any sense. And as far as your original question about Penix, like should we go to him? I don't know if Penix is prepared. He's had like less than 10 reps total preseason and regular season. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're putting him in the best situation for success. If the goal is to make the playoff this year, then no. I have no belief that you can throw a rookie in with very limited reps with a rookie offensive coordinator and we're still gonna make the playoffs. Do I think that's
Thank you.
I don't think that's feasible. If the goal is to make the playoffs next year, then yes, to give up on this season and go ahead and start for next year, yes, go ahead and get his reps in. However, we know that's not how the NFL operates. They're not going to do that until they're mathematically eliminated or until Raheem hand is forced because everyone still, if there's a chance of making the playoff this year, then they're going to stick with Kirk.
And the
That's
only
just
way Kirk's not playing if he gets hurt.
And I'm first of all, before I say anything, I'd like to welcome now. James was in here for a second, and I see Tidy has come in.
Oh, what's up,
James?
Tidy?
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
evening, everybody.
What's up, Tidy?
That James.
No,
Yeah,
there's James.
that's me. I'm eating on a little something right now. But yeah,
Oh,
talk.
You look
did you
like
bring me
you
anything?
red too, James.
Yeah, red light district, baby.
It's
You
real.
red, James.
It's that type of night tonight. I feel it.
Oh,
Okay. Now, okay.
Red's gonna cut an RB song.
Wait, you know what? Tidy, you or James have anything to say, and I'll talk after you guys talk because I might be a little lengthy.
Hey, Ty, you can go ahead if you want to, bro. I'm still trying to put something in my face right now. Hey, Keely, how you doing, Keely?
I'm
You
doing
doing all right?
well.
Yeah, you doing all right, Keely?
Best day of my life.
I feel you. I'll be back in just a second.
Yeah, you come on back now.
Y'all come back now.
I sense a little prickly, little animal.
I don't
spirit.
know why he got an interest in me, but you come on back then. We'll address it, whatever it is.
I love James.
It's not an interest at all. I'm just saying, hey,
Okay,
you
well, I'm
might
just
be
saying
taking
hey back.
another way.
I just said hey back then.
I thought it was gonna be like me and Coach Monday night. At any rate, Ty, you got something, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your question was should we play Penix this game? I think if I heard you correctly.
John?
Yeah. I see. Dub, didn't you ask that question?
No, the
I
guy
thought
who asked the
I thought you
question.
brought that up, or was it
No.
RJ? Might have been RJ.
It was RJ asked why not go ahead and put Penix in. And I
Right.
know that me and John kind of were talking when we first got on. When I got on, was I think it's more about like maybe the fans want to see Penix, but the thing is, it depends on the coach. I think the coach is going to make that decision, and I don't see him going away from Kurt unless Kurt got hurt. That's it. But
If
go ahead,
Kirk
Toddy.
throws another 4 interceptions, then yeah, but I don't see that happening. But, yeah.
If he throw another pick, he need to look. But I
That's probably
digress.
not gonna
I'll talk
happen.
about that later.
All right. Well, I guess I answer that question. I'm gonna say no. You don't play Michael Penix right now. Quite honestly, man, I'm hoping in the back of my mind we don't even see Penix this year outside of the Falcons being up by 20, 30 points in the fourth quarter. I don't want to see Penix. I think it really benefits the Falcons to keep Curtis a starter for more reasons than one, which I won't go into because I'll get long-winded. But just to touch up on a little bit, I mean, you just don't want to waste all that money, because once you put Penix in, you got to roll with him. You can't turn around. Once you put him in, then that road behind you, it collapses. You can't go back to Kirk Cousins. At that point, you got to prepare for life after Kirk Cousins. So I really just don't want to see the franchise, waste that kind of money. And I really would like to see Penix continue to sit on the bench and go through his development. Now, with that said, if Kirk Cousins comes out and has another game similar, anything remotely close to what we saw last Sunday, I think they're gonna yank him out. And I think you'll probably like Matt Ryan said, I think you'll see Penix probably come out after halftime. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole Penix thing. But ultimately, I want Kurt to continue to finish the season, and hopefully, I'm looking at it like hopefully he in a baseball slump, and hopefully he fight his way out, and we get in the playoffs. So I'm still riding with him at this point.
James, you want to speak on that?
It's like I said, I don't want to see Penix at all. But if Kirk keep doing Kirk things, you're going to have to take a look at that. There's no way around it. When you got a quarterback that thrown 6 interceptions in the last 3 weeks, and from the film session that we did for the last 3 weeks on Title Show, and the way he's been playing, you're going to have to take a look at that. Let me say it one more time. I don't want to see Penix in this year. But you got to exalt your resources at a point when your quarterback is not leading you to the promised land. So, with that being said, I think eventually, if Kurt, like Titus say, if Kurt comes out in that slump and doing that, excuse my French, everybody, doing that shit that he's been doing for the last 3 weeks, then that hand, you got no choice but to bench the man at that point. You're going to have to put that rookie in. You go
The
ahead.
things he's been doing hasn't been just the last 3 weeks though.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's my point. It hasn't been just the last 3 weeks. Like, and that's the thing about Kirk. He giveth and he taketh away. Like he did it. He played like this previously, but I mean, then the next game he has a good game. It's just that he hasn't had that good game yet. Like that's the story of Kirk though.
Well, there were obvious flaws that I was pointing out earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. And Keely, I don't know whether you have or not, but as James alluded to, we had a film session show on Atlanta Bird game. I don't know if you looked at it or not, but you need to see that. You need to see that. This is man.
What am I going to see in it?
Well, no. You just got to hear some of the commentary between John. You get Coach, and you get Marcus, and you get James saying how he wanted to thunder punch somebody. But it was pretty eye opening because you see the receivers that are open, but yet it's one of those. You see Kurt being Kurt. Tunnel vision.
I was
Like you were
frustrated with
talking about.
Kurt. I was frustrated game one. I was frustrated that Seattle game. I was frustrated that home game against New Orleans. Like the offense has been struggling. Like I would say the offense has been inconsistent pretty much the whole year. We saw games like but even the Eagles games, the Eagle game, the offense was very inconsistent, and then all of a sudden Kirk makes a play at the end of the game to go win us the game. But for the most part of the Eagles game, the offense looked very lackluster.
Right.
The Steelers game was completely nothing. And that's the thing about it. Like I remember when people were talking about his arm strength, I remember after the Steelers game, we were having the conversation. Well, his arm didn't look right because he's still coming off the injury and he can't splint and step into a throw. So like when people talking about the arm strength, we were talking about it week one. Like so it's to me, this has been a consistent thing. I haven't seen anything in the last 3 games. Now, keep in mind, is 4 interceptions alarming? Is it bad? Yeah, that's bad. That's like the pits are bad. I didn't expect Kirk to go this bad. But in terms of the Denver game and the New Orleans game, to me, that's in line with everything I saw earlier in the season. To me, this has been very consistent.
But this is the thing, Keely, and the reason why I want you to watch this is that Kurt, on all of his interceptions, he has other options available and open, and you would not see that unless you took a bird's eye view and looked down on the field to see these other options. Kurt, like you say, he, it's a situation where, like I've been saying, I used to say about Matt Ryan all the time, he locks on one receiver. That lollipop he threw, that Trey Young floater that he threw into the end zone, Bijan Robinson was right to his left, Keely. Right to his, he was right to his left.
I would say this.
I mean, and didn't even look over there.
Hey, I would say
didn't even look.
I remember I watched what's the guy, was it Kruger? I know he's showed up in ABG and on Tidy's channel before. He breaks down film, and he did a breakdown of the game, and he went over all 4 of those interceptions. Yeah, and like I said, there's what I am saying is there's no explanation. Like one of them, the one in the end zone, looked like we don't know what happened on that one. Maybe he was trying to throw it away and he just didn't get rid of it. We don't know what was going through his mind on that one. The last one on that 4th and 12, it's 4th and 12. He's just trying to make a play. That's something I've seen quarterbacks all over the league do, because it's 4th and 12. You got to make a play. And he just doesn't, it wasn't going to make it. And then as far as the other 2, I don't want to get into an argument over that one, because even the guy who did the film, he said part of that is basically he on that first interception, he puts part of it on Kirk and part of it on the OC, but I don't want to have that conversation. I would say this, in terms of missing guys, I can't say that this is something new. I mean, every quarterback missed guys, but we're talking about Kirk. Kirk has done this throughout the season as well. That's my point. Has he thrown 4 interceptions? No. Has he missed guys that are perceived to be open? Yeah. And I remember, and I brought this up because, like I said, in my car, the radio just stays on 92.9. So when I'm going to the gym or whatever, it just usually in the midday. So Randy McMichael's on, and when he was talking about the whole missed receivers or people open, his point was, yeah, people are open, but it depends on when they get open. So if he's on read 1, 2, 3, if you're open after he's already made his first read and you were supposed to be that first read and you didn't win your one-on-one matchup, like then it's a moot point at that point. So I mean, it's football. People are gonna miss people who are open. People are gonna be open after he's already made his read. All that stuff is gonna happen. All I'm saying is this is the same Kirk. This is not a brand new Kirk. This is in my opinion, this is exactly who Kirk has been. That is my opinion.
Hey, go ahead, Jane. Or was the extent?
It was an extent. And that's the whole point of progressions. Progressions are reads. In that film study, you had up to 3 receivers that could have been open on some drives. I know quarterback misses. I know Kirk is Kirk, but each year you get in the league, you're supposed to progress from something. And you're supposed to get away from something. You're supposed to learn from something. And when you making the same mistakes as a rookie makes, that bothers me. If you're making the same mistake as a 2-year vet, that bothers me. I look at Kirk, then I look at the OC. I look back at the OC. I look at Kirk. The OC calls the plays. It's on the players to execute. As Titus say, players make plays. And at the end of the day, besides those 3 sweeps, I'm gonna say in that game, I'm gonna just leave it at that game because other games, Zach has been a headache. But in that game right there, I saw progression with the OC because people was open. People was getting open. And it was just on execution at that point with Kirk having to get that ball out. That film session, when you see those film sessions on Mondays, like C Dub say, it's an eye opener because you see things from both sides of the field now. And when I seen the game plan that Zach came in trying to get the ball in his hand, only thing Zach should have did just ran the ball a little bit more because the Chargers struggle with the run. But besides that point, the thing is when he put the ball in Kurt's hands, he schemed the receivers open. He missed them.
I will say this: I've watched 14 seasons of Matt Ryan. Every single time he got a new OC, it looked like he regressed. It looked like, wow, Matt Ryan is making mistakes that a veteran quarterback should not make. Literally, when he went from Malarkey to your boy,
Shanahan.
no, it wasn't. It was
Dirk Coder.
to Cutter, and then from Cutter to Shanahan, and then from Shanahan to, and every single year, his first year in the system, you see him making throws like, come on now, Matt. You're in year 8 now. You're in year 12 now. Every single year, you're like, wow, you really made that mistake, Matt.
But the crazy part about that I always tell you, when Malarkey left, they stayed with that same game plan, that same offensive playbook. And Matt Ryan had to teach Cutter that playbook.
Are you talking about Shanahan to
No. I'm talking about Malarkey.
You're talking about the beginning of his career. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about Malarkey to Cutter. And then when Shanahan tore up all the playbooks and put his in, he had to teach Sarkisian the new playbook.
So the reason I'm saying that is address what James is saying as far as Kirk making rookie mistakes. So look, I wasn't a Kirk fan. I wasn't a fan of the signing. I hate that I'm in a position to even defend him. But I'm just giving context. Literally, I saw 14 years of Matt. Every single time he had a new coordinator, he was making dumb interceptions and dumb throws like, what are you doing? So I don't think it's abnormal. Does it look good for Kirk to be doing this? No, but to me, Kirk, he giveth, he take away. He gives you a game like the Eagles game and the Tampa game at home, and then he gives you games where it's like, what the hell are you doing, Kirk? And I get the whole missing stuff, this and that, but he's been again, this is my opinion, he's been handled with kitty gloves his whole career. He's had the best of the best circumstance and the best coordinators, like from Shanahan to McVay to Stefanski to O'Connell calling plays. Like he's had the best of the best. Like he's been like the best offensive minds in the league calling plays for him.
And nothing rubbed off.
nothing rubbed off.
But
and see now
he got a rookie OC.
That was the point that I was going to next. And I've been asking in all venues that I've been on ever since I said it the first time, does that OC, does the quarterback coach have the balls, the panache, the sweat equity, the raw chitlins that hang a foot in Kirk Cousins' rear end for him doing the things that he's doing? And
I think he's needy, though. I think he has there's quarterbacks like a Josh Allen. He doesn't have the perfect circumstances he can go make a play. However, I think with Kirk, in order for him to be successful with all his faults and all his flaws, he needs a lot. And I think if you don't have a experienced OC who can dial up the best of the perfect game plan or the perfect scenario for him, I don't think you're going to see that Kirk that Kevin O'Connell would call in plays for. That's just my opinion, because he's never had a cannon arm. Like he's never been that guy. Like he just, and even when he's had the best of circumstances, he's always been the kind of guy that you love him one day and then he frustrates you the next game.
We've had two people to join us. Red is in the building, and so is Coach. What's going on, Coach? Red.
What's up, fellas?
Good evening, y'all.
What's
up, John? What's up, Itis?
What's up,
What's
Red?
going on, y'all? We are going to save the Georgia-Texas acrimony for later on in the show.
Yeah, buddy.
I know it's coming.
Yeah, buddy.
He has not learned his lesson.
I know it's coming.
Yeah, buddy.
I
hope he don't learn this lesson.
No, he ain't learned his
make no
lesson.
crazy prediction.
Hey, I'm an Atlanta Falcon fan. I clearly haven't learned my lesson.
Ain't that the truth?
That's a valid point. I got
we're all on that one. We're all in that ship.
Oh yeah, we all are gluttons for punishment. Thank you, sir. May I have another? But like I said, see, the thing that I'm worried about now, Penix is in that quarterback room, along with Kirk Cousins, along with what's his name, the quarterback coach. Okay, now, what is he learning? Is he getting the type of coaching that he needs to keep him from doing stupid stuff like this when he comes out there on, and does take over presumably next year? Because as I don't think that you change Cousins for Penix this year, unless like C-Dub said, there's an injury and you have to, kind of like the Mariota situation last year. A year before last anyway. Kind of like the Mariota situation. And then, you had to end up flip-flopping quarterbacks. Just flip-flopping. You substituted bad for worse and then went from worse back to bad. And the quality of coaching. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got these first-year coordinators coming in and you're coaching veterans. It's just like it reminded me of when I was at work and you had younger supervisors come in and try to make a name for themselves by harassing people, doing all kind of old crazy stuff to people who had been at the job over 30 or 40 years, knew every trick in the book, knew all of the contracts, knew everything of that nature.
It sounds like UPS, John.
Yeah. Hey, man, I was there for a year. I understand. I understand UPS as far as and the post office too, because it was the same thing. You had people come in that was going to try to make a name for themselves, and you had those managers saying, okay, this is the way that you move up. You keep your foot on these people's neck, and you do this, and you do that, and you do this, and you do that. And those people would get together and make you look like a fool. Okay. Yep. They slow down, they would stop on you, they wouldn't cooperate, they would do the bare minimum or whatever.
That's how they get their payback, John. Slow down, not working fast.
Yeah. And see, the thing is about, this situation that you have here, this coordinator does not have the thump power. He don't have the thump power that an experience like a Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan that came here. He doesn't have that type of say so, that type of, hey, come here. What are you doing? Because I was just trying to imagine what the film session was Monday in Flowery Branch in the quarterback room, because there was no way for you to sugarcoat what you people saw. There was no way to sugarcoat that. That was horrific. And when you ask and when you ask the question, because see me, all right, if I was going there and I'm asking the question, Kurt, what did you see? What were you trying to do here?
And Kurt, why you keep treating football like a pack of cigarettes? Knowing the defender gonna see.
As I said before, on Monday, in Tidy Stream, the problem is when you have a veteran or when you have any player who goes into a slump, that is when coaching matters the most. That is when a coach is supposed to, run plays, do things to slow up the game so that you can get your bearings back, not just continuously do the same thing. A great example would be, and I know it's a different sport, but it's literally how it's supposed to be. Like let's say a great 3-pointer isn't making any shots. Well, the good coaches, he's in a shooting slump. Well, then you scheme up plays to give him easy baskets, like pick and rolls and such and such and such, to where he can see the ball go in and gain his confidence. Right now, the issue is Kurt is frazzled. He's in a slump. A great coordinator, and we all looked at the film, and I know people were open, but again, that's not the same thing. A great coordinator would scheme up easy plays for him to complete, to build his confidence. Shaq said a great thing the other day. He said, matter of fact, it wasn't Shaq, it was Kenny, said, great coaches build confidence. Bad coaches make you lose confidence. So, I think the issue is, man, he just needs to get a couple of completions, and he'll be good. I don't think it's not time to panic because we're not good anyway. I already said I don't think we're going to win but two games out of the last 6 anyway. But yeah, I just think right now he's frazzled. He needs to get a couple easy completions up under his belt. Like not nothing intricate or anything like that. A couple slants, a couple things like that, and I think he'll be good.
Say, coach.
But again, that takes good coordinators to do that.
Coach.
Yes.
Coach. You looked at the film Monday. You know that.
I understand what you're about to say, bro, but it's not the same thing.
Hold on. You seen that he schemed things for the underneath, and Kirk
He did. He did. He did.
Yes, he did. He did.
He did not.
Titus,
So, I mean,
did
you
look
can
at
keep
the
saying
film?
it all you want, but he did.
Hold on. Titus,
Yes, sir.
when we looked at the film the other day on Monday, was the scheme evolved around the underneath as well?
Yes, sir. Most of the game.
No, it was not.
Most of the
No, it was
game.
the scheme was not underneath. People were open underneath. That's two totally different things. Two totally different things.
How's that two totally different things? But you just said he
If
needs to
somebody's
scheme for the
open
underneath.
there's
He
a
needs to
difference
scheme for the
between
underneath.
somebody
But
being
hold on,
open
Coach.
underneath and you scheming something underneath. I mean,
He did
you can keep
scheme it
calling my
underneath.
name, but the fact, all
I'm
right, bro.
just saying, he
All
did
right.
scheme
You're
underneath, Coach.
wrong, but
You
you're
had
wrong.
three people wide open. You had check down. You had check down with Bijan. You
Oh
had
my
a check
God.
down with Tyler Gill. So you can't
Okay.
tell me Zach didn't scheme for the underneath. It's on the quarterback to
What, check
execute at
down?
that point.
Okay, you got it. You're right.
And not to be piling on because that's a 15-yard penalty in NFL football. But at any rate, I'm going to say this. That play where Kirk Cousins threw that lollipop in the end zone.
Oh my God.
When the ball was snapped and he was standing back there staring into the end zone, Bijan was leaking out on the left because
Again,
he threw.
there's a difference between being open.
Coach,
How
hold
is
on.
that the difference, Coach? How is there a difference between being open and reading your progressions and seeing the people that's being open, Coach? You're
That's
not
not what
making
he
no
said,
sense.
though.
Hold on.
No, that's
I'm
not what
making
he said. He
exactly.
said being open and being open are two different things.
It sure is.
How is there a difference when Zach Robinson calling the plays, scheming for the underneath, and your quarterback ain't executing?
What
Y'all
he said was
killing me with this
scheming,
because y'all trying to find any little excuse to escape from Kirk
or
fucking
you
up
just
these
not
last
listening,
week.
or you just not listening.
I've
When
been
he
listening.
said,
I've been
you're
listening
not, because you're
for-
over talking people when he's talking. Every
but
single
no,
time
I
he's
ain't
trying to
know.
explain,
I let
it's
him
like you're
cook.
talking
But
now. Every single time.
Keely.
How can you listen
I
if you
let
keep
him
telling
cook
people
the
to hold
whole
on?
time.
How does that
Keely,
make any
I
sense?
let him cook the
How
whole
does that-
time before I started talking. I let him cook the
How
whole
can you
time.
hear anything if you're telling everybody to hold on? That
Because
doesn't make
the
any
simple
sense.
fact I'm trying to get it out. If you let me
No,
get it
you're not getting
out,
what I just
then I'll
said.
let you cook.
I'm not cooking.
Keely,
You're not getting what I said.
Keely. It's
The reason
going
you
like a
can't,
dial
the
tone at
reason
this
you're
point,
not
big dog. I'm just
understanding
gonna
is
be quiet. I'm
because
gonna
you're
let y'all
not
cook.
listening.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
let you cook.
if you be
I'm
quiet
gonna
for 2
let you
seconds,
cook.
you can hear.
It's gonna go like a dial tone for
All
a
right,
second.
there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
okay.
How about
Go
that?
ahead.
All right, there you go. You done? Cool.
You done?
The reason you
Are
can't hear
you
what
done?
the
You can't
reason
tell
you
me
can't
if
hear
I'm
what
done
the
if you ain't
fuck
done.
anybody's saying is because you keep talking.
Because the
just-
Hey,
reason
now,
is that.
well, wait a minute. What is the point right here, Keely? Now, Keely, what is your point?
What is your point?
He can't hear. All right. He's
No.
one point.
About the being open and being schemed open or whatever it was that you were going to bag coach up on that particular point.
No, it's a very simple thing. It's a very simple thing, but he's talking about everything that has nothing to do with that.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
let's move.
He's going
all right. Let's move past
No, I'm
that.
not.
Let's move
No, I'm
past
not.
that.
It's going off
Let's get it.
subject in your brain.
Hold on. Let's get into
to
what the
everybody who got
difference
common
is.
sense.
Go ahead. Cook what
Let's
you're gonna say.
hold on,
I'm just gonna tune
gentlemen.
out.
The reason he can't hear it because he talks over.
I'm now gonna tune out. Go ahead,
Gentlemen,
Keely.
hold up. Let's deal with the actual point because Keely, you are saying that there is a difference between being open. Okay, what is it?
Being open and being schemed open are two different things. I don't even think that is merits explaining. It's so simple, but for some reason, he talks so much that the simplest shit just can't get out. He doesn't want it to get out. It's just so
well,
simple.
well, hold on. Now, see, the thing is, I got a problem with them not being the same thing because hold on. If the coach designs the play, if the coach designs the play, he's designing the play for whoever out there is an eligible receiver. He's designing them to be open, somebody to be open, just by the design of the play.
Okay, so
that's what I'm thinking.
John, if Bijan is in to help pass blocking, right? And once he hits his guy, he leaks out the back, right?
Okay.
Did that tell him to do that, or did he just leak out? The first
that's part of the play.
Okay.
In the West Coast offense, and this is the reason why I bring it up. In the West Coast offense, on that last interception that Kirk Cousins threw, Pitts faked a block with a linebacker and then went out into the flat, wide open. He was open. All right. Same thing with Bijan, because that's what you have, a check and release. In the West Coast offense, you have a check and release. Well,
how do you know that was the call? What I'm saying, that there's reads. He might have had the intention of going this way. He sees a guy that's unblocked or is coming through, so he doesn't go and he takes this. Like,
so you're talking about an option, right? That's what you're talking about, Cuban.
I don't need an explanation for what the fuck I'm talking about. What I'm saying is there's reads. There's different things. People end up in different places for different reasons, right? So the job might be to do this. His job is completed. That might not be in the play, but he leaks out on another one. Like that first read, that he may not have been. First of all, to me, it's all stupid because there's check downs and everyone has a check down. Like,
yes, true.
So the fact that somebody even say it's schemed when it's just a common thing to have a check down, that just sounds wild to me. But I don't even see how this is even a discussion. Is being open and being schemed open are two different things.
Like, okay, now, what is the difference when the offensive coordinator? When the offensive coordinator is the one that's designing the plays and builds these things into the actual play for each player that's going out for a pass.
So, John, this is what I'm saying. Okay, so on let's just that play that everyone is stuck on when Bijan and Kyle Pitts was open. All right, let's just go through a type of play like that. You have your wide receiver 1, he going on a fly route. You have your wide receiver 2, he's going to do a comeback route. Your tight end, he's gonna bump and run. He's gonna, block, then release. Then your running back, he's just gonna go out, let's just say do to the flats. Okay, all that is going on. And let's say your tight end just happens to be open. That is not him being schemed. That is not him being schemed open. He just happened to be open in the flow of the game. What I'm talking about is you scheme some quick, like some slant routes, some 5 and outs, some quick things to get him in a rhythm. Versus you already seeing he's struggling reading the defense, so you don't need to do intricate plays. Yes, I understand Bijan was open. Yes, I understand Kyle Pitts was open, but he's already like I said, he was already frazzled and was looking at his wide receivers. There's a difference between a person being open and a person being schemed open, or a scheme or a coordinator picking plays to help his quarterback get confidence. That's what I'm saying.
Well, okay, go ahead, Tiger.
All right, Coach. When you say schemed open, and the other day when we looked,
maybe I should use that word. My bad. Maybe I shouldn't use
Oh
the
no!
word.
Oh, wait a minute! You're gonna tear down your whole argument by changing the word
Because people are getting stuck on that, and I understand what
Well,
Toddy about to go with.
you made a point.
Right.
But
I'm
it's like
saying.
how people
Go ahead,
talk about
Toddy.
specifically
Go ahead, Toddy.
scheming to get
You made a
open
point to
versus
say that,
Pitts
but
being open
okay,
against
okay,
Florida
go
offense.
ahead.
It's the
And
same
coach,
thing.
if you're gonna change your terminology, go ahead and say what it is that you
No.
meant to say.
I'm gonna let Toddy finish. My bad. But I understand where you're going with it. Go ahead, Toddy.
Yeah, you good, coach. Yeah, but I was gonna say though, like if the argument is scheming wide receivers open on that play that we saw, I think was in the first quarter with Darnell Mooney, Zach Robinson did a hell of a job countering countering the zone defense that they had been running. When he sent the bunch over there, and I forgot who he sent on the delayed wheel route, and he had Mooney come underneath and kind of hid under those two receivers in the bunch. He was wide open. I mean, that was a high school level pass that you have to complete, but Kurt found a way to throw the ball in the dirt, and that's the offensive coordinator scheming wide receivers to be wide open. And hey, this is a way to get out that slump. Here go an easy touchdown early,
right.
and we missed that opportunity badly
Right.
at that.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. But that's what I'm talking about. Plays like that. Yes, you're correct. He missed that. But that's when you keep giving him more of those and not the intricate the intricate bunch that he had that ended up being a pick six. Like
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like I understand what you guys are saying. He still messed up. He played like trash. What I'm saying is you give him those easy ones like that one that he did miss, but you give it to him again instead of, a jet sweep 3 times. Give him that 3 times and see if he can connect.
This is the thing, coach. When the iron, it goes back to the old saying, when the iron is hot, you got to strike. Because
right.
the guys on the other sideline, they also got a lot of highly paid and intelligent coaches, a lot of great athletes and great defenders. So when you miss it on that first time, they're gonna go look at their iPad, just like our guys go look at their iPad. Okay, we got to make sure that this play doesn't happen again. So every time you miss an opportunity, it's 3 times as hard to get that same opportunity again. That's why when you get there, you got to win. Like John say sometimes, hey man, you get in the playoffs, you better win while you're there because you don't know when you're gonna go back again. And that same principle applies to when you missing wide open guys for touchdowns.
Absolutely, Toddy. But and again, I am not giving him no pass whatsoever. I'm saying what we need to do to get him out of this funk. But again, I go back to you. You're right. You go. The other team is going to look at their iPad. They're going to say, "Whoa, this guy was wide open." Let's not let that happen again. But if you're gonna run the dumbass jet sweep 3 times, you know what I'm saying? Why not run that play 3 times? You feel what I'm saying? Like he does the three-peat of a play multiple times every game. It's either the jet sweep or it's that stupid ass screen. So instead of doing those dumb plays, you know what I'm saying? Build Kirk, you know what I mean? Build him up. And again, I'm not saying the man is a 13-year professional. He shouldn't need to be built up, but at the end of the day, he is a human, and people do go in slumps. So to get him out of it, I just think he needs to be given super easy, super like not even thinking about it, sort of like 2-minute drill type plays. Just boom, pass, boom, until you know what I mean. He get his confidence back, then start back with the intricate plays and the trips and the bunches and the all that.
Okay, coach, what was intricate? Give me an example of an intricate play that you saw Sunday.
I mean, intricate is where he has to, where he has to think. Like prime example, the play that we keep referring to, where Bijan was open on the left. I think Moody was open up top on the left, and Kyle Pitts was open at the bottom, and he threw the pick to Drake. I mean, that's not an intricate play. I mean, it's not like a rocket science rocket science play, but it also ain't an easy play either because there's a lot of reading that he has to do. And we already know he's frazzled. Like once you're frazzled in any sport, it really doesn't matter what it is you're doing. It it's hard to get back to where you need to be. And a great person, Rex, I don't know if y'all seen it. Rex Ryan was just talking about this. That's one thing he said. He said when Kirk gets frazzled, this is what happens. And I was like, damn, I said that to begin with. But he just said that, I think it was yesterday. Like it's known you frazzle Kirk like this, he has an issue. But I think he'll snap out of it. But again, I am by no means absolving him. He played like trash, but he is a human and people go through things. So it's up to the coaches to get him back right and him at the
But
end of the
my
day.
problem, see, this is, was that you, James? I thought I heard somebody talking when I was talking. Okay. See, my problem is I'm trying to figure out what frazzled him.
Well, when you're not playing good, like when you're not playing good, you just some people it gets worse before it gets better. You go in a slump. All great. I'm not calling him great, but all great players go through slumps. I mean, it don't matter who you are. Tom Brady has done it. Pat Mahomes has. I mean, everybody goes through slumps. It's just how do you bounce back, and that's really what we need to do. Get him to quick passes, passes that where he ain't got to think or do a whole lot of reading to get his confidence back, and then start busting ass again.
But the problem that I'm seeing with that is that there are things. Okay. See, I cannot excuse people by using the everyone's human. I can't do that. The reason why I can't do that is because whether you be quarterback, wide receiver, running back, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, tight end, linebacker, cornerback, safety, you have been identified as the chosen few, the ones who will be compensated more than anyone else. You have been chosen because you have demonstrated, and some people are thinking that you can do this job, whatever job there is on the football field, better than anybody else. Okay. And with that type of money that you're being paid, a lot of responsibility is on your shoulders. So I do not excuse bad football play when I could go out there and do the same thing. Hell, I could sit up there and stare at a receiver and throw dead at the doggone man and get an interception. I can do that.
None of us in here
for $15 an hour.
Bro. None of us in here could do.
I could do that for $15 an hour. All right,
but like
I'm looking to you. Hold on. I'm looking to you because you are my starting quarterback. They gave you $180 million because they identified you as the person after looking at everything you've done in the past. They looked at you and said, "Hey, you're the one I want to lead my football team." Yeah, he didn't tell them they were going to draft somebody, behind him. But you're the one I need to lead my football team. All right. We gave that man $180 million. We've sacrificed a 5th round draft pick because the man we gave $180 million to can't keep his mouth shut. So I'm expecting you to lead my football team. Now, if you got a problem going on, whatever it is, to your point, coach, the coaches need to find out what the hell is going on. Now, my problem with that is that I identified what was going on earlier in the year. And that's what that's what everybody in the NFL is seeing. Because in the New Orleans game, in the Broncos game, and in this game, everybody's looking at Kurt. They breaking on where Kurt is staring at. I'm looking to my offensive coordinator as well as my quarterback coach to have corrected that, because you're supposed to see that. You're supposed to see that. You're supposed to correct that. And if he has any kind of issue where he's frazzled and all of that type of stuff, which it's hard for me to believe that a 13-year veteran is frazzled, okay, because he's seen it all. Well, he's seen most of it and experienced most of it. I'm having a hard time accepting that from a man that I've got here as my starting quarterback. That's supposed to be part of the training for my rookie quarterback here. I got a problem with that.
Oh, well, I mean, of course you do. I mean, that's you in general. So I mean, that's nothing new.
Everybody.
But to quote the great Day, players fuck up. I mean, it is what it is.
Who's Day?
Tom Brady. I mean, it's not nothing
Who's
from
Day?
It's not nothing from 1970, so you wouldn't get it.
No. So since it was recent, who's Day?
Everybody else in here understand.
I don't care what everybody else. I'm asking you who Day is.
He's from Friday. Character from Friday.
Oh, now I know about Day from Friday, but the thing is, I'm trying to figure out how you made that wide turn into this parking lot with that car.
I literally just said it. Like, to quote Day, players fuck up.
But anyway. And something else I'm gonna tell you, Coach. Just because it happened in the 1960s, 1950s, 40s, 30s, 20s, doesn't mean that it's invalid. You might not have been there. You might not have been there to see it, but it's still there. And if you do the research, and if you're a real student of football, you'll find it.
Yeah, but you don't need to go back to the 1800s.
Coach,
Wait, let me finish what I was saying.
Coach, how do you do? No. Wait a minute. We're going to straighten this out right now. How do you determine? Hold up, Coach. How do you determine for the arguer what their argument is going to be and the time period?
All I'm saying is, bruh, every time you talk, you like that old guy in the old folks' home.
I am the old guy in the old folks' home. What's the problem?
You're right.
What's the problem? Because the thing is, just like a wise man said a long time ago, there is nothing new under the sun. Everything you're doing is repeating somebody else.
Including Kurt repeating himself.
They
go Keely with that stomach shot. Take that with you.
But what I'm saying is I mean, bro, you're okay. Put it like this: he's getting smoked, which is deservedly so. Let me get that out there. As I don't think no one on this entire panel, no Falcon fan will absolve Kurt of his issues. That's not what I am saying, or I don't think nobody else is saying. Like he's been playing like trash. What I am saying though is players do go through lulls. And if you don't think the great Tom Brady went through lulls, then you're sadly mistaken. The only difference is he had a great coach who knew how to get him back to being Tom Brady. And then just for reference's sake, before this game on Sunday, who do you think is the best quarterback in the league, John? Just curious. Right now.
I would always say Mahomes.
Okay, and I'm glad you said that. Before this game right here, Pat Mahomes was the number one in interceptions this year.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? But the difference is Pat got rings and he doesn't. That's the only difference.
There you go.
But
those rings cast a long shadow.
They ain't got nothing to do with this year, though. But anyway, all I'm saying
those rings cast a long shadow.
all I'm saying is he also has a great coach who, when he is struggling, knows how to get him from to not struggle. That is really my whole point. Kirk Cousins is struggling now. He just needs the coach to help him not struggle. However they need to do it is how they need to do it. That's my point.
And what is
I'm not
that?
involving
Jones will
him.
be a
I
long
don't
time
know.
again.
They need to figure that out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know Kirk, so I don't know how to help him. But
Oh,
they
I
need to
do.
figure it
I know how to help him.
out. Okay.
I know how to help him.
Why we acting like we haven't been here before? Like we had 14 years of Matt. We've seen him struggle plenty of times.
Mm-hmm. Until and this is the coach's point. Until you had a Kyle Shanahan come here and fix him. And he fixed him so good, we went to the Super Bowl that year. He fixed it.
Matt had a game like this on the way to the NFC Championship game.
Did we lose that one?
No, we won it. But he threw 0 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on the way to the NFC Championship game. And then 2 weeks later, Drew Brees did the same thing against us. 0 touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
This is the difference, y'all. This is the difference. At no point in that Matt Ryan era did the franchise invest a top 8 pick on a quarterback. That's the difference right there. Back in the Matt Ryan era, we didn't have no options. Now they got an option.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but
I mean that's fair because the most popular quarterback on teams always back. When you got another option, then it's serious.
I mean, I get that, but
that's a good call out because when you got another option, if there was a backup quarterback, no, they wouldn't have one in 2012. But if there was, then they probably would have been the same situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when the year you're referencing, like you say, 2012, Matt was still young, so you still had, you was gonna let him work with it. But when you got a 36-year-old who ain't got but 12 games of equity, with the Falcons, and you just went and spent a top 8 NFL pick on another young quarterback, your leash is a whole lot shorter.
But with that being said, did everyone lose their shit on Matt the same way? Like, everyone is having a collective like people are losing their shit this whole Sunday.
That was 2012.
During what time period, Keely? During what time period?
That was 2012 season when they had with Matt.
Okay, here go another difference. 20 if that was 2012, that means we were doing some winning at that time. And now
we were like 9-1 when he did it.
Yeah, and see, there you go. That's it. I ain't got to go no further.
But what's sad is he did that with one of the most talented teams he ever had. Like he had a roster that was indefensible.
Okay, let's say if right now Kirk Cousins, we were 9-1 when Kirk did it, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. We wouldn't even take this far.
I get
my beef though, because when Kirk was doing this bullshit while we were winning, everybody was like, "Oh, but we're winning." That's the problem.
Wait, y'all going too far because it went this bad. No, it went this bad. No. I'm gonna tell you why.
He never threw 4 interceptions. Keep in mind, people caught up on the interceptions. Outside the interceptions, he's been like this.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Oh my God.
Let me finish. Let me just give me a moment to explain myself before you dismiss my point. There has not been a period of time with Kirk Cousins where he has had 3 consecutive bad games for the Falcons. I can't speak on Minnesota. I can't speak on Washington. But in his 12-game career with the Falcons, there has not been a period of time. Now, he started off slow against Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. But I'm sorry, Pittsburgh and Kansas City. But in between that, he had a good game with Philadelphia. Then you had the New Orleans games where, he was kind of skittish and bounced right back with Tampa Bay. Had a pretty good game with Carolina. And then he went on the October tear where he just looked like Peyton Manning in his prime. And these last 3 games, the New Orleans game was pretty bad. The Denver game was worse. And the LA Chargers game was absolutely horrendous. So he's getting progressively worse.
But I get it, but why is it the fact that it's consecutive? So it's just the fact that it was consecutive that makes it a big deal. Because
yes, and we're losing.
Yes.
Yes,
no,
and we're losing.
As far as I'm
because
concerned,
the Seattle game was during this before this stretch as well.
But okay,
okay,
Keely, the Seattle game. Let me tell you what happened in between Seattle. You had the Carolina game, which he played pretty good in, and we won. Then
the Carolina game was before Seattle.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna tell you what happened in between those games. But before the Seattle game, you had the Carolina game, which we won. He didn't throw any interceptions. You had the Seattle game where he threw 2 interceptions. Then right after that, you have the Tampa Bay game where we actually did the reverse. He had 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So when he was having those bad or off games, he was bouncing right back. Okay, here go a good game for y'all. Here go a good game. But now it's getting progressively worse. So that's why it's so highlighted now. And it's just not us, y'all. It's just not these Falcons fans. Y'all watch sports media on TV and the internet just like y'all do. Who been the main topic of conversation in the media? Kirk Cousins.
Well, it was just Trevor Lawrence won, but yeah, Kirk Cousins has been. But that's what I'm saying. Like if you look at podcast, y'all listen to. If you listen to them though, they talk about but that's what I'm saying, Toddy. I agree with you. I agree with Keely, but this is why I'm saying this is when a coach should step in. Like, okay, bro, like you're in a slump right now. What's going on? What do we need to do to help? Because he hasn't played like this before, and you know what I mean. That's why I also said we wouldn't be where we were without him. I said that, in your show the other day, which is true. I mean, Kirk told what happened, and he was balling, and then now he's had 3 just trash games. So something clearly is off, and the coaches need to fix it.
But honestly, to be fair, one of the biggest issues with the offense got corrected, because it wasn't necessarily about how bad Kirk was playing prior to this. It was more so that every time we got momentum, we had self-inflicted penalties.
Yeah,
coming out of the bye, that's one thing I noticed that got nipped in the bud. We didn't have the self-inflicting penalties. It was just Kirk playing like trash. But prior to this, a lot of the ineptitude of the offense was we get into the red zone, and then we got consecutive penalties that pull us out of reach, and then Koo misses the field goal, whatever. It was the ineptitude of the offense more than anything, because there was always penalties that stalled out the drive because of penalties. So it's
Koo too. Don't forget Koo.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because Kirk would have scored in the previous 2 games without those penalties. This game right here is he just absolutely stunk up the place. But that is an excellent point. We were in the red zone about to score a couple times in the previous 2 games, not counting this one, but got knocked out due to penalties.
But I mean, it's even before you get into the red zone, you got stupid penalties.
The previous, not the one from Sunday. The previous, all of them. Yeah,
the whole season. Penalties like Drake getting a running start, like it's stupid.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
So
go ahead.
That had been the whole season. So that was the reason why I said the offense has been inconsistent, because it's been more than just. I couldn't put it all on Kirk. It was play calling. It was Kirk. It was undisciplined play on the offense. Like every single time we had. I would venture. I don't want to misspeak, but I would venture to bet almost every opening drive we had a penalty that stalled it in like the past 3 games.
And we ended up having to kick a field goal, or attempt the field goal to get some points on the board. And yeah, that is a good point, because the procedures of the offense, and
Bergeron killed us one. Bergeron by himself killed us one game.
Yeah.
I don't remember which game it was, but by himself he had like 2-3 flags.
Now, what
Yeah.
about Kurt going a whole month without touchdown pass? That bother
But
anybody?
that's what I'm
No.
saying.
Yeah.
I think people are
That
tripped up
is
because it's consecutive. To me, I saw it in Seattle. I saw it these previous games. That's why that's the thing with Tidy. He says it's a big deal because it's consecutive. To me, it wasn't a big deal just because it was consecutive, because it was something I saw the whole season. Like I
And
saw
that's
the
not,
end.
yeah. But check
But
this,
the thing,
Keely.
I couldn't
If
put
he
it
go to
all on Kirk.
But
no,
see,
not
the
all
thing
on Kirk,
is,
but the fact is he's playing a little ineffective right now. And if he go to Minnesota and lay an egg, and we have no touchdown passes again, no touchdowns at all, that next home game, it's gonna be
Everybody done.
man
But
I
but
screaming
didn't.
for
again,
Keely.
but again, there has to be context because I mean, like Ely said, he would have scored in the previous, not in this past game. This past game, he was
Yeah,
garbage. But those previous games, we were in red zone. We were close to scoring, and I mean, as Keely pointed out, and I pointed out before, penalties took us right out of the red zone, stopped the momentum. So I mean, if was the fifth, we'd all be drunk, so we'll never know.
right.
But he is the
I mean, you're
quarterback,
right.
so of
I
course,
mean,
of
you're right.
all of him
We've had some
regardless.
bad
But
penalties during the drive, so y'all, I
But
can't
that's
disagree with that.
you can't say he was trash, but he's top 3 in the league going into the bye week. Like
right,
to
Wait, wait a
we
minute.
had a
Top 3 in what? Top 3 in what?
passing.
Oh,
So clearly somebody's catching passes for you to be top 3 and both your receivers top 10. Like clearly
now,
someone's catching passes. But
yeah,
the
we
issue
got to
was
start
we had
scoring touchdowns.
a top 5 or top 10 offense, but we were 17th in scoring. I think we're 19th now. So they were getting up and down the field. Hurt wasn't throwing 18 interceptions a game. He was clearly getting up and down the field. They weren't getting in the end zone. And a lot of that, in my opinion, based upon what I was watching every single game, was self-inflicted penalties.
yeah, those valid points,
well,
valid.
You're not going to say
now,
someone is trash, but you're top 3.
Right.
and let me clear up for everybody. Because I know somebody may accuse me of saying so. I have never said that Kirk Cousins was trash.
I didn't either.
I ain't
never
said
said Kirk
either at
Cousins was
all.
trash. Now I
I
know
think
there are
no
people.
one has.
Yeah,
I
hey, now
mean,
there
he
are
played like
people
trash
in.
on Sunday. I think we all can agree to that. He was trash on Sunday.
Well, let's not get caught up on that one word. I'm just
Okay, well,
Well,
see,
he was bad. He was bad
and the
on
reason
Sunday.
why I
never
brought it
accused
up,
anybody of saying it.
the
John
reason
brought
why
it
I
up.
brought
I
it
was
up
gonna
is
say
because you had a whole bunch of people in the eye test, Bird game, many other places that said that he was trash. They ready to get rid of him. They're ready to throw him away. They're ready to put Penix in. That's where the conversation came from. But one thing that I have never said is that Kirk Cousins was trash. Now, my problem with Kirk Cousins is an easy fix for me. It's an easy fix for me. And your coaches should have been working on this, huh?
I make sure I'm hearing this.
Yeah. I've been saying it. Your coaches need to hang a foot in his ass every time they catch him in the film session staring at the seat.
Zach Robinson ain't put no foot in.
Well, you know what? Hey, Red, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Coach will too.
I'll do
it. You, Coach and Keely will probably be more effective.
I'll do it. It won't be no problem.
Than damn Zach.
It won't be no problem because see, that's the only thing that kept. That's one of the main things that kept Matt Ryan from being as good as he could have been. Locking in on receiver.
John, let me add this. And Keely, you probably agree with this. That's the point we're making now about the coordinators, about hiring a rookie coordinator for a veteran quarterback. Because how a rookie coordinator gonna get in Kirk Cousins' ass? But if you hire a veteran coordinator, somebody that been in this game a long time, know effectiveness and ineffectiveness, know if Kurt is in his right mindset, somebody know what Kurt is actually doing. Now that guy can put his foot in Kurt's ass.
That was my argument. That was my argument. I think it's in the Falcons' best interest that Kirk is successful. It's in the Falcons' best interest that Kirk looks like Kirk that played against Tampa. And I think that if you had a more experienced coordinator that can minimize the things he doesn't do well and maximize the things he does do, because Kirk has flaws. Like he's not a game how Cam got into this argument of game changer versus game manager. In my opinion, by Cam's definition, he's more of a game manager. He's just a good one.
Absolutely.
And he's not for to run out the pocket when the pocket breaks down. So you need someone who can keep him on schedule, who can, like Coach said, dial up some easy throws when he getting a little rattled, keep him on pace, and that comes with experience.
I'm trying to think who was available. Anybody know anybody that was available?
Wait a minute. Now, Keely, you said that comes with experience.
It does, and that's why I don't think you should have someone learning on the job. You should get someone who has experience to pair it with that.
Quarterback.
Okay, that's my opinion.
But don't aren't quarterbacks 12-year veterans? 12-year veterans supposed to have that in here already.
Now, yeah, because we made that same argument about Matt, so we can't go back on it now.
Prime example, John. Prime example. Look at he's not a 12-year veteran, but look at someone. Look at like Baker Mayfield. Look at like oh boy, he was drafted to the Lions. He was pretty bad the whole time he was with the Lions. He go elsewhere now. He eating. You know, I mean, it's just truly all about if a coach can reach a player or not. I mean, that's literally what it is.
How did veteran Matt look the first year with Shanahan?
Pitiful.
Okay. After the first 5 games.
No, we can't call him trash.
Hold on, Tidy. After the first 5 games, Matt led the league 21 turnovers that year.
We ain't gonna do that. So you saying what that was?
So he was wait. I think they were 7-0 that year, weren't they?
2014.
They was 5. They started 5.
2015. 2015.
Yeah, I'm talking about before the Super Bowl. They started 5-0, and then Matt went on to lead the NFL with 21 turnovers that year. That was trash, Tidy.
I guess the word trash is subjective, so I can't tell you your definition of trash.
Your definition of trash and mine.
It was bad. It was not Matt's highest point.
I agree with that, but
they had the whole war with Roddy versus.
I'll dial back trash coming, Tidy. I'll take back trash. I just say
he was underwhelming for his standards. That's the best way.
As a veteran quarterback,
he led the NFL in turnovers. And he was very incompetent.
I said he was underwhelming for his standards. Now you get those same numbers to another quarterback, and they're gonna say, okay, he got a lot of potential.
Not 21 turnovers.
He was past the potential phase. He was 30 years old.
No, I said you give those same numbers to another quarterback. I never quantified the age on it.
Well, you said potential. Potential alludes to someone who has something in front of them. That's what I said.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I never said you give those same numbers to a veteran quarterback. I said you give those same numbers to another quarterback. They'll say he has potential.
I get it. I'm saying,
but
what for someone who's younger, yes. For a veteran who's 30 years old, that's not flattering. Those numbers
right. That's why I never put. I never clarified the age. I just said another quarterback. I'm not saying you can give that to any quarterback. I'm just saying another quarterback.
What numbers did he have, Tidy, besides the turnovers? What numbers you talking about?
I can tell you this. This is why I hate this narrative, because it's absolutely incorrect. It is wholly incorrect.
What's incorrect?
That Kyle Shanahan changed Matt Ryan, because every single offensive coordinator that he has had, his first year was garbage. All of them, every last one of them. His second year with the same said coordinator, he put up almost every single time MVP caliber numbers. Every last one of them. I've said this numerous times. We just continue to keep on with this narrative. But his first year with every coordinator, yeah, he's been bad. But his second year with every single one of them, every last one of them, he has put up numbers. All of them.
Except the first one, except for Malarkey.
Yeah, except for that one. So this narrative that Kyle Shanahan somehow changed him is wholly incorrect.
Matt Ryan's quarterback rating jumped 20 points
from 15 to 16.
Yeah.
Again, from his first year with a coordinator to his second year.
And Matt Ryan himself acknowledged the role that Kyle Shanahan played in his career, saying that Kyle Shanahan made him into what it was that he turned out.
I ain't never heard that said that, and I'm gonna need that quote. I'm gonna need that quote.
To be fair,
I got it. I got it,
John. I don't care if
I will
coach
say
don't
this.
believe it.
So
I got it.
Usually, when you see that benchmark for like elite quarterback players, usually that passer rating 100 and up, right? So Matt was over 100 passer rating twice. That was 2016 and 2018. Shanahan came in 2015. However, in 2012, his passer rating was like 99.9. He was right there. So he was already considered borderline elite at that point in 2012 before Shanahan arrived. Like that 2012
bro, I'm
season.
telling you, I have looked at the numbers. Every single year, the first year of every coordinator, he wasn't very good. But the second year of his having that same coordinator, he put up MVP. Well, maybe not MVP, but he put up numbers. He did his thing with those coordinators the second year, every last one of them, including the one after Shanahan.
Now I'm trying to figure out, and the crazy part,
numbers he had in 2016.
Hey,
and the
coach,
crazy
that
part
was your coach right there that you talking about.
Well, to be clear, I think 2012 Dirk Cutter's first or second year with the Falcons.
I think it was his second. 2012. I think it was his second year, but I could be mistaken.
But
I think that was his first year as a coordinator, though.
Yeah, that's one. I think Malarkey left in 2011.
Because he went to Jacksonville, didn't he?
What I'm saying is that might have been the instance in which the first year of an OC in which
2012 was Dirk's first year. They hired him January 15th.
So then that means in his first year with Cutter, he had an elite-ish season where his passer rating was like 99.9, and then you go to the NFC Championship game in Cutter's first year. So that was the year in
coach's argument.
Yeah, that was in his first year with Cutter that year.
That was his first year, coach, not his second year.
And plus the fact Matt Ryan taught him Mike Mularkey's offense. He taught him, because every coordinator Matt Ryan has had, with the exception of Shanahan, he's taught the oncoming coordinator the offense that they previously had, because they always wanted to run the offense that they had, because they had quote unquote built the team and didn't want to change the terminology, didn't want to change the way that they were running the team, and they kept it because let me see. I know Sarkisian in 2018, I have a quote saved on my phone saying, now that I'm familiar with the offense, I can tweak it. I can do something else with it. Okay, that's a statement he made. Same thing with Dirk Cutter when Dirk Cutter came back here, because we kept the Shanahan playbook from 2015 all the way until Mike Smith got here. Not Mike Smith, but Arthur Smith got here. Okay, so everybody was running that same playbook because it got us to the Super Bowl. You know, so my thing is that I mean, it was a heck of a playbook. And in that year also, when Shanahan came here, Falcons set a record. Ryan won an MVP. So anybody that tries to discount that, no, I can't go along with that. Hey, Tay.
What's up?
Hey, Tay, man, I'm sorry. You've been going in and out. I guess that's why you're trying to get my attention. I said, yeah. Let me let Tay talk, because we've been arguing and fussing all on topic. What you got for us, Bob?
Nah, y'all good. I had to switch from my Wi-Fi to data and shit. But nah, y'all good.
Oh, okay. Well, you got anything to weigh in? Got anything to say to weigh in on this discussion?
Nah, other than if Kurt lays another egg, then we're gonna might have to look at Penix.
Phoenix time, baby.
Simple as that.
I think y'all, everybody is.
I don't think it's simple.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. The only way it's gonna happen is if we're out of the playoffs. They're not gonna risk missing the playoffs by playing Penix.
All right. So you're saying even after Kurt throws another, let's say 2-3 interceptions, you think they're gonna still roll with him after that, even going against his old team? You think they're still gonna go with that?
I think Arthur Blank is going to ask them, "What the are you doing, putting him out there if we're still in the hunt for the playoffs?" What people are
but he's not giving you no. But listen, Coach, he's not giving you no touchdowns. He's not giving you like I don't get it. Like he's not giving you no production really.
And Arthur
Blank gonna be opposite.
He's not. Like that's what I'm saying. He's throwing the game away, bro.
Would the alternative be better?
I understand what you're saying, but exactly. You're thinking as a fan, brother. You're thinking as a fan. Think of this as a business. So you think that Arthur Blank is going to be okay with you taking a rookie who has had zero outside of the garbage time, what, 2 games? He's really had zero play in the NFL. You think the owner of the team is going to be okay with you putting your future in the game when it's now playoff time, which means that teams are getting healthy, teams are starting to gel, teams are really starting to cook. This is the worst time. This is the worst time of this is the worst time of the year. You know, teams really starting to go on these runs. You're going to put your rookie who has never played really a full game. You're going to put him in the game and then expect him to lead your team who is still in the playoff hunt. You think that owner is going to be okay with that?
Okay,
I got not thinking like a fan.
I got
like a fan.
So look, this is what I got to ask. This is what I got to ask you then. You think Arthur Blank is going to let another year go to waste? And you think he's going to be satisfied if Kirk keeps on stinking it up with another losing season? We still at 6 wins.
Because he has the future behind him. Absolutely.
So is this a rebuilding season or is this like all in?
No, it's not. It's neither. Right now, we are in
it got to be one or the other. What you mean?
It doesn't have to
it's
be.
either we going to
It don't. It hasn't been for 7 seasons, bro. We've been losing for 6-7 seasons. Why this one?
You not tired of that?
Yes, as a fan, yes. But what I'm saying is
tired of year 2.
But I gotta agree with Tay on this, y'all.
Like,
y'all
come
really,
on.
You really think they're gonna let that man go for 4 consecutive games without scoring and throwing multiple interceptions? And they drafted drafted a quarterback at 8.
I don't believe that this
playing
is.
Like
I don't think
that Penix pick looking real good right now.
I don't think you're going to see
touchdowns in a month, Tay. He ain't threw a touchdown in a month.
No touchdowns in a month. Throwing the ball in the dirt, missing wide open receivers, not checking down to his safety valve. He rather go in triple coverage than go to safety valve.
Listen. I understand what you mean.
Listen. I heard y'all talking about the penalties killing drives. Y'all talking about the penalties killing drives. I agree with that. But what about the rest of the possessions of the game?
Hey, talk about that first interception when he patting the ball like a pack of cigarettes and threw it right
Not only that, y'all, but you got to keep in mind, in order to win an NFL game, hold on, Red. In order to win an NFL game, you got to score more points than the other team. So if your quarterback is not scoring any points, what good is he doing you?
You're right. However, you're gauged against your alternative. If you don't believe your alternative can do it either, then you're going to stick with the vet. Like, I don't think we're gonna see him until we're mathematically out of it. As long as we're in contention, I think you're gonna see.
Exactly.
The reason I don't agree with that, Keely, is because I listened to Raheem's most recent press conference, and I'm not gonna go into detail of what he said, but it's just the fact that he started entertaining Michael Penix's questions. Once my coach started entertaining the questions and talking in length about it, that lets me know it's on his mind.
Come on.
No,
hold on. Let me finish, coach. Let me finish, coach. Let me finish.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
And let me go after Titan.
I'll let you cook when I'm done. But any other time, I expect my coach when they ask me about a rookie who ain't supposed to be playing, if D-Lad or Jeff Schultz or Jordan Schultz ask me about the rookie, Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. We'll deal with Michael Penix once he starts playing on the field. But the fact Raheem Morris went into detail about Penix, that lets me know something. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'll let whoever go next go. But you go listen to Kirk Cousins' last. I ain't gonna tell you what he said, but go listen to his last press conference, and even he telling you in not so many words, it's do or die for my ass.
And look at his body language too while you at it.
And see, the thing is, what y'all forgetting to mention is, okay, you said Arthur Blank will go against the grain and say he will keep Kirk Cousins in, right? That's what y'all saying. That's what I'm asking before I say anything.
I think it's a Raheem decision. I don't think it's a Blank decision.
I think it will be a blank decision because for the simple fact it is at the end of the day, if you go back at the beginning of the year with Arthur Blank is tired of losing. So with that being said, he will exalt, but still though, but he's been hold on, Keith. Let me cook. I let you cook. The thing is though, he said in his press conferences that he believes that he has a playoff team. Anything to salvage this season at this point, Blank will go with it. If Raheem the Dream and Terry Fontenot go up to Arthur Blank and tell him, say, Kirk is not doing this for us no more. We're gonna have to go with the rookie quarterback. He's gonna agree. He's gonna agree, and you're gonna see Penix in a game still while we in playoff contention. He will agree because for the simple fact it is he had seven losing seasons with the team already. He's tired of that. He wants a Super Bowl ring. At 82 years old, he's getting old. So he's getting tired. With Penix, he's gonna agree with Penix that get in the game.
He said that someone is gonna go to Blank and say we need to put Penix in, and you said Arthur Blank will agree. Who are you saying Blank is gonna agree with?
Raheem the Dream and Terry Fontenot.
Oh, then what are we talking about? I said it's gonna be a Raheem decision.
So with that being said, I'm saying is on the point of I'm agreeing with you that that's going to be a Raheem decision. I'm not going against the grain, but I'm saying is that he will pull that plug and put Penix in that game if he want to salvage his season to make the playoffs.
I don't see it, but
I see it because the man tired of losing.
I don't buy a sudden sense of urgency from Arthur Blank when he's been patient for 6 years. I don't see why now.
But his patience is gone weary. If you look at the press conference that he had with Rich McKay when Terry Fontenot was there, when he fired Arthur Smith, and you look at the other press conferences he's been a part of, you could see in his language he's tired of losing. He's ready to win.
He was tired of losing before that. He was being tired of losing.
But so where the patience? If he was tired of losing during that time frame, where the patience come in at then, Q? You just said he's patient.
Hold on.
Where's the patience? Where's the patience coming in?
He's been tired of losing, right? He was tired of losing before they named Ritter as a quarterback. Like he was tired of losing before then. We went for the win with Ritter. He's being tired of losing. That doesn't mean that a bright idea is coming out the sky because he's all of a sudden tired of losing. He was tired of losing when we made all these bad decisions.
So it goes back to if Kirk lays another egg, Penix will be in the game before we are out of contention of the playoff. That's just simple as that.
If
I don't want him in, but he will be in.
if he throws another 4
I
interception
want
game,
revenge,
I
I don't
agree.
think it'll be another 4 interceptions. It could be 2 to 3 interceptions. They're gonna look at if he don't score no touchdowns, he throws another 2 to 3 interceptions. Penix will be in.
If he go out there and he's 1-1, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, I think he's gonna be starting the very next game.
But what you
Hell
mean?
no.
If we lose,
Hell
I
no.
think we got to
Because
win in
if
Minnesota.
because
Man,
I don't
you
see
giving
why.
him, that's too much you giving him, bro. No.
It,
No, he
what you
throws
mean?
1
It
touchdown,
ain't.
1 interception. We still lose the game. We're gonna be 6 and
We were
7.
6-3 with him throwing 1
But
touchdown, 1 interception.
listen. I see what you're saying though. But if we lose the game with those stats,
We're
gonna
losing
be
the
6 and
game
7.
regardless, dog. The
6
chance
and
of us
7.
losing the game with Penix or with Kirk starting are equal. We're probably going to lose against the Vikings in Minnesota
Hey,
anyway.
come on, Keely.
Whoa,
Damn,
you
Keely,
can't
he
say that,
started
Keely,
it.
because the Kirk can have a bounce back game. You
No,
know, he's going against those. He can have a bounce back game.
Look, I didn't think we were gonna be the Chargers. I said we were gonna lose to the Chargers. I said we were gonna lose to the Commanders, and I said we were gonna lose to the Vikings. I didn't have the expectation that we were gonna win these games.
Sam Darnold, Keely. Remember,
Because they are just better teams.
Hey,
They're
everybody,
better
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hey, coach, you back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even realize I had accidentally clicked off. I'm still over here running my yap.
Like
Yeah,
y'all can expect
I-
these Disney movies, y'all can expect these Winter in Wonderland scenarios, but I'm just being realistic. Kirk is Kirk. And Penix is a rookie that's had like 5 starts total.
Keely,
Like
Keely,
it is-
Sam Darnold is not an automatic win, and you know that.
But if
With
Kirk,
Kevin
if
O'Connell
Kirk,
calling plays, he is.
if Kirk Cousins would have came to play somewhat decent football, we
Vikings
win.
been a little shaky
That's
though
cool.
lately.
What I said is I didn't have the expectation that we were going to win. Now, what happened was we had a chance, but I didn't have the expectation. Just like I don't have the expectation that we're going to go up there. I do not expect a rookie who's had 1 series in the preseason and touched the ball twice with this whole regular season is going to come in and lead us to the playoffs with a rookie offensive coordinator. I do not believe that, and I don't think Raheem thinks that Penix gives him the best shot of making the playoffs. I don't believe that. I think he's tired of Kirk fucking up, but like he's between a rock and a hard place. It's like, damn, do I go with Mariota or do I go with Ritter? Like Penix has potential, but I don't expect his potential after 5 reps. Like,
You just quoted your own answer, Keely. Because for the simple fact it is, at the end of the day, this is not Disneyland scenarios. These are real ass scenarios that Raheem is contemplating right now. I'm gonna just be real with you and be honest with you. I know there's been some type of meeting. I'm not saying I'm an inside source or anything, but you got to think they had some type of meeting discussing Penix and seeing if he can get in the game if Kirk continue on the fuck up. Because they not looking at they take it game by game. Don't get me wrong, but at hand they got to look at their future as well. If to see if they put
this Sunday was the last time
see,
they talked about Penix. Do you think that was the first time they had a discussion about Penix after Sunday?
No, I know they discussed Penix plenty of times.
Okay, what are we talking about?
But then, so with that being said, it's not a business.
I would
It's not
say
a
that
business.
any
It's not a
meeting that they
business.
had, any meeting that they had,
They were
the
talking
talks
about him a little more,
intensified. Sunday.
It's anticipated.
Yeah,
So it's not a business.
Those talks intensified.
It's real scenarios at this point.
If someone throws 4 interceptions, I would expect a conversation to be had about whoever's behind him.
Right. But they are not, bro. They are not, man. I mean, I just think it's asinine to even think like.
No, it's not.
I understand.
It's
I
really not.
understand,
From
bro.
6-3
You're not.
to 6-7.
You're not, bro. Nowhere in the history of the NFL have they taken a veteran, even though that veteran has been playing poorly. Have they sat a veteran and played a rookie? If you're still in the playoff hunt, it has never happened and it won't happen. They're not going to sit a veteran and start a rookie if you are still in the playoff hunt.
He playing like a damn rookie. How we won't even know
about that.
You sure about that, coach?
Who gives us the best chance to beat Minnesota?
With 5 games left, bro, I'm almost positive.
No. You didn't say
Please
how
let
many
me know.
games left.
Please let me know.
You didn't say
Please let.
John.
Yeah, nah,
What are we
See,
talking about? How many games
He
is left?
modifying
What are
now.
we talking
He
about?
made a doggone plant your flag
Come
statement.
on, man.
He
What
made
are
a
we
plant
talking
your
about?
flag statement.
How many games? How many games are left? How many games are left?
Gives us the best chance.
Coach,
He
you
hasn't
made a
thrown a
plant
touchdown
your
in the
flag
month.
statement.
But how many games do we have
he
left,
giving us the
John?
best
That'd
chance?
be stupid as hell. I can
And wait a minute,
see if we had 8, 10 games left. We got 5 games left.
And
Come
wait a
on,
minute.
man.
This
Then,
man just
Coach,
gave the last team their only touchdown. Like how?
and
How
then
we gonna
wait a
give us the
minute,
best
wait a
chance?
minute,
Oh my
and wait a
goodness,
minute,
y'all
and
are.
then, Coach, you said nowhere in the history of the NFL has anybody ever done this.
Have they said yes? What if in the playoff hunt, 5 games left? They done sat a veteran for a rookie. Please show me. Please show me. Please.
New
I would love
England,
to hear it.
Hey, Coach, I can't go back. According to your logic, I can't go back, but so far.
Was Tom Brady a rookie when he got set? When Bledsoe got set for him, or was he in his?
When
that was early in the. That wasn't real early in the
Brady
year.
coming in? Exactly.
That was an injury.
And he got injured.
Yeah, that was
He didn't get set.
real early in the year.
That was
If
injury at first, but when Bledsoe got healthy, it wasn't injury then.
Okay, now Millie Neal. Well, okay, now Millie Neal said that Lamar took over for Flacco.
That was early in this. Hold on. They won.
See, I don't know. I can't remember.
Now wait a minute. Now Millie got a point. That was late.
That was
that wasn't early when he took over for Flacco.
Hold on, Red. I got that. Give me a moment.
Go ahead, Ty.
It was week 11 when that happened.
Week 10.
Were they in the playoff hunt?
No, week 11.
Thank you. It was week 11.
Were they in the
playoff hunt?
I'm sure they were. They were the Ravens.
Okay, wait a minute. What year was that?
2018.
When are the Ravens not in the playoff hunt?
Well, they weren't.
They weren't in the playoff hunt that year?
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong schedule. Hold on.
Yeah, when are they not in the playoff hunt?
Exactly. I'm with
they
you,
were in
Ty.
the
When they not in
playoff
the playoff.
Yeah, when are they not in the playoff hunt?
Coach, another
them being
argument
good
got
that year.
killed, man. Coach, you need to do your research.
I want to say he played against us.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you right now. I'm about to tell you right now.
Try to just kill your argument.
He didn't kill nothing.
They were 4 and 5.
They were
exactly.
Hold on. What you mean? What you mean exactly, Coach? You still in the playoff hunt.
They lost. They went to the wild card.
This thing got
Let me just say this. Coach, you saying, oh my God, to a 4-5 record, but if we lose on Sunday, we are 6 and 7. It's pretty much the same predicament.
Exactly.
Coach.
As I've said numerous times, if we are mathematically out, then yes, I expect them for him to play.
You think Kirk is the best chance for us to go to the playoffs?
Yes, over a rookie, absolutely.
You think Kirk is the best chance for us to go to the playoffs? The
man I'm not going to repeat myself more than once. I've said it.
I will point out this distinction, though. Jackson did play plenty of snaps in preseason, and he had snaps prior to him taking over. I would say.
Well, now wait a minute. There was a blanket. Hold on. There was a blanket.
That's coaching.
Hold on. There was a blanket statement made.
Hey, I'm just
no time in the NFL. No. He said no time in the history of the National Football League.
I'm still waiting to be told I'm wrong.
You wrong.
Where am I wrong at?
He does have wiggle room. He does have wiggle room because he said this late in the season, and technically it wasn't that late in the season as this late.
Hold on. Let me say this.
And then they did it, and they did it at the bye week too.
Let me say this, and I shut up. At that point, it was a 16-game season.
Okay. Again. He said they were 4 and 5. Would you say
they were 5 and 5?
No, they were 4 and 5.
They were 4 and 5, and
Going
they
into the
were
bye
still
week.
in the hunt. They were still in the hunt because they went to the playoffs. They went to the wild card with a 10 and 6 record.
What happened when they put the rookie in, John?
The rookie was a lot of
What year are
experience
we
at that
talking
point.
about?
He
What
balled
year
out.
we talking about?
2018. He balled out. 2018.
I don't want
Coach.
to say balled out.
Dang, Coach.
They
You
still
said
went
the
to the
history.
playoffs though.
That just happened a few years ago. You forgot.
Well,
that quick?
Wait a minute. Now he let me see. He beat. Well, I'll attribute it to the team. I'm just going to tell you what the scores were: 24-21 over the Bengals, 34-17 over the Raiders, 26-16 over us. Lost to the Chiefs 24-27. Beat Tampa Bay 20-12. Beat the Chargers 22-10.
I hate this
beat the
example,
Browns
though, man.
26-24.
The reason I hate this example is because, like, he's not Lamar. Like, Lamar didn't beat him up in the air. Like, he was walking out of games with like 100 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He basically ran. Like, that's
true.
And that's not what Penix is gonna do. Like, that's why I hate this example, because he didn't sit there and slice people up. Like, he didn't get into the pocket and pull up and throw the ball like Flacco. Like, he basically.
But that's not okay. Okay, Keely, you are absolutely right. I'm just saying in terms of
context.
He didn't get no context in the statement. He didn't get no context in the statement. He said nobody in the history of the NFL replaced their starter with a rookie in the playoff hunt.
And Keely, you right. You absolutely right. Like with you, what you just said. But also, Lamar wasn't throwing the games away either. He wasn't throwing 2, 3, 4 interceptions. I don't think you can pull up a game where he threw more than 2.
But the comparison is between Lamar and Penix.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
what
you're going to talk about
no.
Hey, hold on, let me finish.
There was no comparison. There was no comparison between the two quarterbacks. It was between the two quarterback situations.
No, what he was saying, throwing the game away. So
my God. Matter of fact, hold on. All this is irrelevant because like I said, it has never happened. Lamar Jackson took over for Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco injured his hip in the loss to Pittsburgh. So again, as I've said, no one has ever sat their veteran quarterback for a rookie, period.
I thought he got benched in the game against us, but
Flacco injured his hip in the loss to Pittsburgh.
But the other
context
you must put your Google on overdrive.
The other context that has to be included was
Lamar
played
I got
preseason games.
I got 100 years of NFL
preseason games. That's the
Coach. You right. You right.
Right off
the
bat.
find you wrong.
He had to put that.
Hold on, I need to Google
it. I hadn't looked it up. That's why I asked what year. I knew it doesn't make sense. No one is going to be that stupid. Like, it just don't happen.
Coach had a magnifying glass looking for that look.
You talk about nobody gonna be that stupid. We're gonna be real stupid. Keep stinking it up and playing like he is, and we keep starting his garbage ass.
All right. So what's our record?
We are 6-6.
6-6.
Okay. Did Michael Penix play any? Did Michael Penix win any of them 6 games?
No.
Coach, we're not saying that.
That ain't what I asked. That's a simple yes or no. Did Michael Penix win any of those 6 games? Okay, then. Okay, then. So how you gonna say that he garbage and he can't lead us when he has already led us to 6 wins so far?
Nobody called him garbage, Coach.
Yeah.
You ain't just
because I just said it, but I'm saying it for the last 4 games.
While it's quiet, let me just say this. This is just a small distraction, but you said that that 2015 Matt wasn't garbage. I relooked at it. I'm sorry, I have to call it garbage. That man had 15 fumbles on top of the 16 some interceptions.
I told you, yes, they had 21. I told y'all 21 turnovers.
Before we overreact, bro, how many fumbles was lost?
Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up.
One.
But
Hey,
he don't
hey,
even play for Atlanta
hey,
no more though.
hey,
So
Yeah, you're
hey.
right. Well, yeah, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Let's go back to Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins.
He had
he
12,
don't.
he had 12 fumbles and only 4 of them recovered. So he had 8 lost fumbles plus the 16 interceptions. That is garbage.
All right.
Who
Well,
leads?
I won't argue with just your definition of garbage, and you really can't argue with mine. I respect your opinion. Let's go back to current Falcons.
Who leads the
Yeah.
NFL in interceptions and fumbles?
Kirk
After
Cousins.
this game, it was Kirk Cousins. Before this game, it was the one everyone calls the GOAT that's playing right now. So again, as I've stated before, he's in a slump, absolutely. But to say that Kirk Cousins isn't our best option moving forward is just asinine. You have no idea who the hell Michael Penix is. That man could get in the game and stink it up, and then if that happens, this is why I said it doesn't make sense. He get in the game and we just get absolutely destroyed moving forward and lose to the playoff. You think Arthur Blank ain't gonna ask why in the F was that dude in the game and not Kirk Cousins? Y'all are nuts. You're speaking like fans. Take your fan hat off.
But you,
They
coach,
just
you
it
coach,
just don't make business
but
sense.
coach, you don't know Arthur Blank's philosophy. He might go and ask why the rookie ain't playing. We don't know.
But it's business sense.
But no, but
I,
you can't say we speaking like fans or don't none of us know what Arthur thinking. Arthur might want to see the young cat in the game. We don't know.
hey, bro. So I'm gonna toot my own horn for a second there, bro. And you know exactly where I'm going with it. Just like it, everybody kept telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. It don't make sense to draft the quarterback. We ain't gonna do it. I'm telling you, business sense, it made sense. What happened? We drafted damn quarterback. Everybody was looking crazy in the face. I'm telling you, business wise, it don't make sense to put Michael Penix in. Because if you miss the playoffs, you're going to have to answer as to why you put him in over the veteran. And
Okay.
what can you say to that?
Okay. You say
Hold on,
business.
Tidy. Hold on, Tidy, real quick. Hold on, Tidy.
Go ahead.
Nah, coach, because I remember on a couple podcasts I was listening to, you were saying that we were going to hire Bill Belichick.
I did say that because that's what
He's
Arthur
not here.
Blank said. And that's what Arthur Blank said. And then Arthur Blank went back and told why he's not here. So,
oh, that's what it is.
yeah.
I don't think Arthur Blank is going to ignore that Kirk money either. I mean, I think that, like, people say we don't know what Arthur Blank is thinking. He may want the young fella. I just have a hard time believing that he's going to ignore that Kirk money.
All right, let me say this to Coach's last statement. He said business sense. So if we're gonna talk business, let me ask you this, Coach. Hypothetically speaking, let's say Kirk Cousins does stink it up again, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. All right, now from a business standpoint, who do you think would fill up the next game more at the Benz? You bringing Kirk Cousins' ass back to Atlanta, or you bringing Michael Penix' ass back to Atlanta? Who goes? Let me ask you this: who gonna sell more bills? I'm gonna ask you that. Who gonna sell more bills?
Well, lucky the next game ain't in Atlanta.
I know. I said when we come back to Atlanta.
This is what I would say, Toddy. I would say that they already understand that he is the future. I do not believe that even if Kurt stink it up, they like, okay, damn, that didn't work out, but we got our future. Again, Michael Penix Michael Penix will play if we are mathematically out of the playoffs. That's what I truly believe that. Y'all, what I'm saying is that man is not getting in the game if we're playoff hunting. He's not getting in the game.
Question,
It doesn't make sense.
You going around the question, Coach?
Of course, you're going around the question. Answer the question,
because
Coach.
it doesn't make sense to
It
answer.
does make
You
sense,
said
Coach,
business.
because it does. It
You
does work from a business
the
aspect.
You the one brought the equation to the table, Coach.
You're right. You're right.
The reason I
It'll be Kirk Cousins.
The reason I said that we got 2 games to that is because, to your point, you said who will fill up the stadium next. That means they got 2 games to make that decision.
You got 1 game to make the decision, I thought.
No, we got 2 road games before we have a home game. So if you're saying who will fill the next home game, the stands, You got 2 games before you would have to make that decision.
Yep, because we
But
had Minnesota, then we had Washington.
No, you got 1 game to make that. That's just
No,
only 1
we're
game.
going to Minnesota, then Washington, then
Okay.
we're
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Then Vegas.
Y'all missing it.
I mean Minnesota, then Vegas. My bad.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. No, it's still 1 game. I ain't finna let y'all run me into the trap, and I know I done looked at the schedule. It's 1 game.
Before what? Before they got at the home game.
Before you come back home, it's just 1 more game.
No, you got Minnesota, and then
you don't count the Minnesota game. You count the next game. You just got the Vegas game.
All right.
Right.
You're already playing the Minnesota game.
Right, but so if we lose to Minnesota,
so you got 1 more game.
Listen, Tiny.
You're counting.
That's what I'm saying. If we,
I think you're counting as in to make a decision.
No, you're playing the Minnesota game, so therefore, by context of the sentence, you got 1 more game. Then you come back to Atlanta.
Right. So at that point, if he has played and we lost both games, we are out of playoff contention. And yes, Michael Penix will start. I mean, it's literally that simple.
If y'all think that they just gonna keep letting Kirk Cousins go out there and don't score no points, throw interceptions, hey, y'all know a lot more than I do. I just say that.
That's what I'm saying, Ty. Because ain't no motherfucker way.
Cause
then you talking about bringing in more tickets, more fans. They was booing Kirk ass the last game.
Right. They booing him
already. Coach, you see the last
now
game?
this
booing this man.
Now this is the problem. We could be in playoff contention. We could be in playoff contention until week 17, 18.
Right.
I mean, it's a moot point because they already got their ticket sales. So
that's
they sold out. They sold
hold
out.
on, Keely. That's why I said who gonna sell more beers. I specifically said who gonna sell more beers. That's still money.
Sold out.
That's still money that the owner can put in his pocket. Who gonna sell more jerseys? You know, who gonna bring more bodies into the stadium? Because Coach said from a business standpoint.
To end this, man, don't nobody know. I know.
Trust me, I know. I know.
You think you know?
No, I know.
Can't say nobody, bro.
I know.
Again, just like
Keely. I know you don't want to be on the side of this debate in my favor, but who would bring more bodies in that stadium? Be honest.
Honestly, I don't think it. I really don't think it meant like if we lose,
just answer the question.
I'm about to. If we lose Minnesota and the Raiders, right, and they say they're gonna start Penix, right? That's the scenario, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be like some sellout crowd. If Penix starts that home game against the Giants, I don't think it's gonna be a big crowd either way. If we lose the next 2 games, I don't think no matter who starts, it's gonna be a crowd.
Okay, let me answer to you this way. Let's say we lose the next 2 games, Kurtz lose bad, and they even play him the second game away. And then after that game, they said, okay, we're gonna bring Penix in. This is my question. Who do you think more people would come to the Benz to see, Kirk Cousins or Penix Jr.?
I think for your scenario to happen in which people show up for Penix will have to start the Vegas game and win. And then we will come home and then there'll be a crowd there. Like we will have to still be in contention. Penix won that Raiders game, and then we come home for the Giants, and then there'll be a crowd. I think if we lose those 2 games, period, I don't think there's a crowd. Like it just
Wouldn't that depend on how the rest of the division did? Because say for instance, we lose those 2 games, Tampa Bay loses their next 2 games, we're still in playoff contention. I'm thinking that they will come down there to the Georgia Dome, Mercedes-Benz Dome for curiosity's sake. Just for curiosity's sake.
Last year we were in contention up until like the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And as the season went on, like it happens every year, no matter what, like the beginning of the season is packed, and as the season goes on,
I know they dwindle away.
So, in my opinion, if we get 2 losses, even if Tampa loses 2 games too, it's just gonna be like it's too many casual fans. Half the stands are casual fans. It's gonna be sorry ass Falcons. You get those 2 losses, they're not keeping up with the whole Tampa thing. It's gonna be, oh, that's a sorry ass Falcons.
I understand what you're saying. I
think if Penix caught lightning in a bottle, like all right, so Kirk loses Minnesota, and then Penix starts against the Raiders, and he has a good game and we win. That's the scenario in which I think Tidy would be correct, in my opinion. But if it's just 2 losses and then they all of a sudden they just start Penix at home against the Giants, I don't think it'll be some significant crowd. I think it'll be.
I agree with that.
First team to start them against, though.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And you know what?
Playoff contenders, people ain't even.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this. Even in the losses, say for instance, we lose both of these games, and we look like we should have won, except for the officials, except for a mistake. I think that there will be enough people interested to come to that home game if you're going to start Penix. Because see, if you start Penix, this is something totally different. You haven't seen him, nobody's seen him, and you're getting ready to start him. And I kind of think that some people will be down there just for curiosity's sake.
We would be down there. But here's one, like, all right, so here's part of my frustration. Half the crowd are there for like, because it's the place to be.
It's just like a round mall. It's just like a round mall.
It's the show off. Like, I'm at the game.
It's the
like it's flossing and flexing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's half of it. Some of them are like, they're more so cheerleaders, but not like in depth, like keeping up with the division and all that kind of stuff. Like they're Falcons fans, but they don't go as deep as watching like how we watch every podcast about the Falcons. Like a lot of them don't dig that deep. I think it's a small those who are willing to sit here and go on podcasts, go on shows, and discuss Falcon business. I think out of the people who sit in that stadium, it's a 5%.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I would agree with that number.
So we would be amped about Penix, but for the majority of the crowd, it's gonna be like, man, sorry ass Falcons again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be deja vu again. We just had 2 losses. Well, at that point, 5 losses in a row. Even if it closes, it just started. Falcons disappointed me again. You know what I'm saying? And I think they just tuned out. Most fans tune out at this point of the season anyway. Like even last year, like the stadium wasn't exactly packed at this point of the year. So, and then we were still in contention then, but we just didn't look. I because we're such a hype turn up city. Like it has to be like a 2016 type of situation where we blowing everybody out and got momentum, because like we're such a trendy turn up. Like when there's momentum and everybody talking about it, that's when everybody want to show up. Like if we're just skating, just barely getting into the playoffs, I don't envision the crowd like that, because it's just the nature of Atlanta. People got to be part of the turn up.
Well, the optics will definitely turn you off. Okay. You might win the game, but if it looks just horrible and you won the game, you got to weed out those win is a win, folk. Okay.
But in Atlanta, how you win matters, though. People like,
that's what I'm about to say.
We would show up even if we were winning 7-9 games, 9-7. We as Falcons fans would show up. However, if they're blowing everybody out, if they're scoring 40 every week, then it'll be a packed stadium.
Or if they're truly good, I think. And I think most of our fan base know we ain't truly good, even if we are in the playoff contention.
But it's just like how the Hawks, when we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, like State Farm did get packed to like the second half of the year. Then all of a sudden, everybody wanted tickets to the Hawks game. But like the first half of the year, like it was just regular old Hawks. And then when people start catching momentum, after that New York series, all of a sudden everybody wanted tickets. After we went up to New York and won that series, now everybody want tickets. Okay.
Start requesting.
That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta.
Yeah, and that's because we've been let down so many times. You know, I got a scab big as my back on my back from being hurt by the Falcons and by the Hawks. Okay, because when I see 2 or 3 game winning streaks, when just like the Hawks right now, Hawks are on a 5 or 6 game winning streak. They went up to Milwaukee and beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee tonight. Okay, I can't put any. My flight or fight mechanism still says flight. Get the hell away from them because I still can't trust them. I can't trust them.
Oh yeah, they're gonna trade. They're gonna trade this year. So there's that.
So I don't know what but
and maybe that's the same reason I'm pessimistic. Like I said, I don't expect them to win in Minnesota. I didn't expect them to beat the Chargers, and maybe because of history, that's why I'm like I don't expect them to win anyway.
Yeah, and
I said we was only gonna win 2, and that's I definitely think we'll beat the Giants now, but I said we'll be 2 and 4. I mean, because every issue, like Keely, you've been saying, I've been saying that everybody was so hyped in the wins, and we sitting here pointing out the issues the whole time. Weeks ago, I've been pointing out the issues. My boy Tidy and Red, they super pessimistic and optimistic and stuff. They happy because we winning, which I understand. But it's like, look how we winning, and then what happens?
The quarterback started playing like trash. That's what happened. The quarterback started playing like trash.
He was already playing.
That's what happened.
It ain't just him, man.
That's what happened.
Well, now that man threw for 500 doggone yards now.
That was almost 2 months ago.
Right. Yeah. And then once the defense started with New Orleans, all right, I'll give you Denver, but New Orleans and the Chargers, okay, the defense show up. Quarterback don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where it at right now. The guy who get paid the most money been the biggest letdown these last 3 games.
And
I would say one game,
3
not
games.
3. No.
The quarterback gets paid that kind of money to put touchdown.
Yeah, but if I move us to the 10 and then you do something stupid and move us to the 50, I mean, how much more can I do? And then we stall out. I mean, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you this, Coach. There are at least 20 other quarterbacks and fan bases that'll have that same argument. But the difference is they kick the dust off their clothes, get back up, and they keep fighting. And that's the difference between the Falcons. We ain't that kind of team.
Because we don't have that type of coordinators and people.
I get it. I get it. It's a coordinator fault, the head coach fault.
No. Let
me finish, Coach. Let me finish.
Okay.
It's the defensive coordinator fault. It's all the coach's fault. I get it. I understand it. The players should be blamed. Let me give y'all some data.
Come on, man. You throw your jab, bro.
No, I ain't doing no jab.
But you go to the far extreme, though.
I'm not going to the extreme. I'm about to go somewhere.
I'm just saying, Tidy, you can't throw that out there and expect for us to not say anything like, oh, they don't get no blame. Come on, yo.
Because that's all I hear. I hear
that
from
ain't what you heard. That ain't what you heard.
Let me finish, bro. I hear from one side, okay, it's the defensive coordinator fault. The other side, it's the offensive coordinator fault. Then the middle say it's Raheem fault. I'm like, God damn, when y'all gonna blame the players? They don't get no blame.
You really are playing.
No, bro.
I'm not playing.
Tiny,
I am not.
Tiny, how many times have I said it's the players' fault? We talk about me.
Even now, in a stretch where our quarterback has scored a touchdown in a month, people are still throwing rocks at offensive coordinator. This cat ain't scored since November the 3rd. No points, nothing, 0.
And the
people
OC
still
has
throwing
nothing to
rocks
do with
at the
that.
OC.
I'm gonna be tidy for a second.
Kelly, I'm not
gonna
saying
be you.
Kelly, I'm not saying he don't have nothing to do with it, but
And
dog,
we didn't say the players don't have nothing to do with it.
Dog,
I'm doing you.
We talking about 6 interceptions, 4 fumbles, 0 touchdowns, bro. Come on,
And the
on,
OC
dog.
ain't got nothing to do with it.
But hold on.
Ain't out there throwing interceptions in the
Who got the most to do with that though? Who got the
Hold
most
on.
to do with that? Let me tell y'all.
Hold on. It depends on. Hold on. It depends on what we talk about. It depends on what we talk about.
Warren Sapp, a Super Bowl champion, first ballot Hall of Fame. He said, "Listen, it ain't the X's and O's, it's the Jimmys and Joes. You can call the best of best plays, but if the players ain't executing the play, it's just another play." So when I hear about all these penalties, I'm like, man, I'm not standing there. Everybody go through penalties. The refs just don't call penalties on the Falcons. Everybody get penalties.
14 years of Matt Ryan play being blamed on coordinators, man. Like we are not going to sit here and just all play. I heard 14 years of Matt Ryan play blamed on coordinators.
So let me ask you this question. Toddy.
That was just
that word from me was.
Let me ask you this question, Toddy.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, let me use your bum of a quarterback real quick.
The bomb this last month. Absolutely.
No.
Right.
No.
Bum.
What's the reason that Georgia wins?
Because we recruit some of the best players. Georgia has
you
gonna let me answer the question?
Well, you let him answer the question, man.
Go ahead.
Don't tell me no. We recruit some of the best players in the country. And already Georgia in general is one of the best high school states. So we got a lot of these players in our backyard. Georgia has a great staff from Kirby to the AD all the way down. It's a high functional program. I'm just gonna say that. The Atlanta Falcons are a low functional program.
Okay. So hold on. Let me ask you this question. Would you say that it is what's a good? I ain't even gonna give it a percentage. Would you say that the reason that Georgia is whatever they are, would you say is more of Kirby or your quarterback? Or would you say it's more of your quarterback or great coaching?
Great players. Carson Beckman shit a lot.
I ain't say players. I said your quarterback or coaching.
I'm telling you what it is. It's the players.
Oh, you giving him only 2 options.
Yeah, he's just gonna try to bucket me down and
because we talk about quarterbacks and coaches.
Well, you got guys,
and I know your quarterback has been throwing outrageous amounts of interceptions, but somehow they find a way to win. Why? Because you have great coaching. And whether you want to go ahead and say it or not, I know you ain't want to say it, but the fact of the matter is you got great coaching. That's why they win.
Give me a as bad as Carson Beck has been through stretches. Give me a 3-game period where he don't score no touchdowns at all this year.
I don't know. I don't pay no attention to that.
It don't exist. It don't exist.
You know, do you know statistically what Kirk's worst games are this year?
The one we just seen?
No.
Yeah, the one we just seen. That's the worst game.
What game worse than that?
The one at Pittsburgh, the very first one.
No, it ain't.
Nope. The 2 lowest QBRs for Kirk Cousins this year. New Orleans is his worst game at home, which was a win, and against Kansas City. Those are his 2 lowest on the year.
Based on what? QBR only, right?
His QBR, yes.
QBR.
But that's QBR.
How do you measure quarterback performance?
If I see a game,
is that not one of the measures of a quarterback performance? The QBR?
Yeah.
I measure on touchdowns.
The point I am making is this. I said this the whole season, and Coach just highlighted this. We've been talking about this the whole year. He didn't just start playing. This offense did not just go bad in the last 3 games.
Yeah,
I'm true. You true. You right.
Yeah, they did.
We've been saying this when we were 6-3. This the same Kirk. Like we've been saying this. Like his 2 worst games aren't even the last 3. In the last 3.
No, his worst game is last game.
His worst game was last game, bro. I don't
Cause see
see how you
now,
can't
okay,
say that.
okay.
He threw that game away.
Okay, now
Look, I'm
QBR
not
is
talking about emotions. I'm talking about his QBR.
No, but
Okay.
you gotta say that. You gotta say that initially though. You gotta say what's his worst QBR game of the year. You can't say what's his worst statistical game of the year because your statistic may not be our statistic.
Cause see, I see now. How do
The
you
statistical-
calculate? Hold on. How do you calculate QBR?
Don't nobody know.
I don't know. But
There is a formula. I can't remember what it is.
we
There is a
don't
formula.
know that. Right? Yeah,
Hey,
I don't think
Coach,
nobody
it-
knows
it's-
that.
There is a formula.
It's the standard for how quarterbacks are measured.
Okay,
I
now
think that's
I
safe.
know that,
That's safe
but
to say.
what factors go into saying
I'll
what a
look it up.
person's
I'll look it
QBR?
up, John.
I think one of those is if you win. I think it weigh on one of them QBR stats too. If your team wins the game.
Well,
It's attempts, it's completions. I mean, it's basically everything a quarterback does, except for
His
I don't think
lowest-
running. I don't think running is involved in the QBR.
His lowest score is in a win.
Yeah, and that's
The
possible.
New Orleans game he won.
That's
and that's
definitely
his lowest
possible.
QBR.
That's definitely possible. But
Well, let me say this. I want everyone to know I'm not campaigning and saying that Kurt is good or anything like that. What I'm saying is he ain't the only issue. Yeah, he stunk up the last game, but like I said before, previous it was way cool. Previous it was the defense. So give everybody the same smoke that you give Kirk Cousins. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I can say this. If the quarterback had played better, then your kicker wouldn't have had to go out there and save the game like he did.
Yeah, and if the defense had played better, then we wouldn't have certain losses.
No,
I mean, you can say that about any team, period.
And the reason why I say that, once the other team scores
in the game.
And yes, once the other team scores, what happens to the ball? Do they keep it?
Nope. Kick it off.
They kick back. They do kick it to you, right?
Yeah.
And then you get an opportunity to score.
Yeah.
Now,
play calling switches up depending if it's a lot different. It's a whole different way you handle the play calling when you're down 2 scores versus 0-0 game.
And you know how that happens? You know how that happens? When they score 7, they kick the ball to you. Okay, now your turn. It's your turn to match that 7 they put up on their last possession. If you don't, and you got to kick it back to them, they get another 7. It goes to 14. So it's time for you to match up. Now, if you're not matching their score, and to your point, Coach, if you're not stopping them from scoring,
if your defense
you can't blame
the draws, If your defense is giving up the draws,
yeah, and I mean, you're supposed to be trying to score too. You're supposed to be trying to score instead of sending your field goal kicker out there to try to save you. And see, there have been games where field goal kickers have kicked 5 to 7 doggone field goal. They kicked them. But you look at the ineptitude of the offense, because that's as close as you can doggone get from the mistakes that you're making, from the plays that were called that you just messed up. You weren't defended. It's just because you messed up out there on offense. And that's been our story all year. That's been our story all year. We, just like Keely said, we go down there just like that Denver game. Very first drive. Okay, you get a holding penalty, then your wide receiver starts upfield before the snap. Now it's third and 20. Okay. And you're trying to grab all of that yardage you just lost back. So I'm just saying
like that. He ain't never been built like that.
I'm just saying. Hey, Red, did you find anything?
Oh, I got it right here, John.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It
Coach, I
says
think Coach looked it up.
it says score differential is one component they use also. So if you do win the game, you will have a higher QBR. And it also says the exact formula is really not publicly known.
Well, that
See, I
means
don't
he must have
want to.
played
I don't
like
even want to use that.
trash.
I don't even want to use that. Then I don't even want to use that
Well,
because
it's an industry standard. Everyone uses it, but
but
if
yeah,
if a
the
win gives
actual
you a
line.
higher score, if you get a higher score for a win, and his lowest score is in a win, that says a lot about how he played.
Well, but my problem is why can't I mean it's not publicly known. Why in the world would you keep that a secret? Because we ought to be able to
It's proprietary
calculate.
information. I
Yeah,
would guess it's
But
just
no, I
proprietary
mean,
information.
Coach is
no, the
right.
NFL,
Coach
no,
is
the
right.
NFL uses it too now.
It does say proprietary information is why they don't let you know. That's what it says on the screen.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man, oh no, I can't use that then. They got that. QBR is not. I can't use that one no more.
So
because see the thing.
I mean, John, they probably don't want you to know, so you can, take advantage of, like, let's say it's I don't know, let's say it's how many passes you get, how many 5-yard passes you do, which I know that's not a thing. I'm just saying, then every quarterback can just do nothing but 5-yard passes. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they don't want you to know, so you can take advantage of it and inflate your stats and stuff.
Well, see, my thing is that when you tout a stat and say this is this person's rating, I'm trying to figure out, okay, now this is proprietary information. So that means, in my mind, that means that there is a formula. Okay. Now, is that formula being manipulated? Is that formula being applied equally to all people that are concerned with it or included in it? And when you hide stuff like that, I can't get next to that one.
But to be fair, like that game was like his lowest completion percentage of the year was that game. Like it was a pretty bad game. It's just that we won. And again, it's just like he was 21 for 35. That was honestly his worst day. I mean, I get the interceptions. So theoretically, yes, 4 interceptions is terrible. Turnovers are always terrible. I don't know if he had any fumbles in that New Orleans game, but I mean, from a quarterback perspective, I can see why this would be rated so low. Like this is lowest completion percentage, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean,
and if I was him, I would be like, man, y'all not gonna keep on putting these fumbles on me. Y'all put them fumbles on McGarry. Because goddamn it, every single time he has fumbled, there's been a blindside hit every time. So, like, damn it, do better.
Because there's been times where Kirk could have stepped up in the pocket and then he got hit from behind and the ball came out his hand.
You know what blindside means, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay, so how he gonna step up in the pocket if he don't know somebody coming blindside?
He did have a fumble that game too.
You're not
okay,
John. I put it in the private chat.
Okay, now I'm going to read what Tidy put up here. QBR, or total quarterback rating, is calculated by ESPN using a proprietary formula that takes into account a quarterback's entire contribution to a game, including passing, rushing, penalties, turnovers, and situational factors like down and distance, while weighing each play based on its difficulty and the strength of the opposing defense, providing a more comprehensive evaluation than just traditional passing statistics. The exact formula is not publicly available, but it essentially assigns, I guess there's some more to that.
Yeah, keep going. I'll put it down. Read the other paragraph at the bottom.
Okay, all right. Now, key points about QBR. Comprehensive evaluation. Unlike traditional passer rating, QBR considers not just passing yards and touchdowns, but also rushing attempts, sacks, fumbles, and penalties. Situational context. QBR takes into account the game situation like down and distance, score differential, and field position to assess the difficulty of each play. Strength of opponent. The quality of the opposing defense is factored in when calculating QBR, meaning a good performance against a strong defense. I can just about assume what the rest of that is saying. So, see, this is the thing about this. This is too opinion based for me, because how can you say that one situation is different from another situation? Now I know that you can't.
They're probably doing it by
assess the
rankings.
difficulty of the play. Okay, like down and distance, score differential, and field position to assess the difficulty of each play.
They're probably using probability statistics for that stuff, like how stuff like that, like how often is a 3rd and 12 completed, stuff like that. You're probably using probability statistics, like percentage chance of this being done. And then as far as the defense and stuff, they're probably like how well you perform against this. They're probably using like current rankings at that time, like how you performing against the 3rd ranked defense or stuff like that.
32nd ranked.
Yeah, so they're probably using metrics in that way more so than opinion. It's just that everyone may not agree with like the analytics, so to speak, but they're using probability and analytics in the equation more so than like opinions.
I agree.
Yeah, and
it's where analytics come in, and everybody's not a fan of analytics. But I'm pretty sure that's where all that comes in right there. And
well, that's actually confusing though, if you think about it, because we've all seen a quarterback with damn near perfect attempts and completions, and they have a high ass QBR, and then you see someone with like 55-60%, and they have a high QBR. So I don't know.
I rock with it because if you show out against Weber State, like I don't care. But if you do that against Georgia, like I care. That's why I like the fact
that a shot, Keely? Well, you send the shots now?
No, what I'm saying is I'm glad. I actually like the fact that that's a consideration because.
Oh, okay. What's the Weaver State about though? What's the Weaver State about?
Bro, like I avoided. I let you off the hook, man. I have not touched that subject, bro. I let you off the hook. You can jump off that pier by yourself. I let you.
You have those some Weaver. Okay. All right. Okay.
With y'all light ass schedule.
Come on, bro. Cut it out.
Well,
we can only play who was put in front of us. I mean, we can get on this subject. You know what I'm saying? We can only play who been put in front of us. And except for one game, we've dominated. Y'all can't say the same.
I see my partners in here.
What you talking about, Coach?
Winston?
He talking about Saturday.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas? Yeah, fellas.
What's going on, Winston?
What's up, brother?
You hear Coach contradicting himself 1,000 times as usual.
I don't ever contradict myself, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey. Now, Coach. No, that's low hanging fruit. I'm not going after that. Now, this is the hate section of the program.
Bring it on. I'm here for all smoke.
This is the hate section of the program.
Why y'all get coaches all secret, man?
Because Georgia and Texas this weekend.
That's right, baby.
SEC championship.
Let me cut my light back on.
And before you go stupid, Coach, realize this game is played in Atlanta, Georgia.
I understand where it's played.
Let him go stupid, Keith. I like it when Coach is stupid.
I know exactly where it's played. Ain't nobody worried about that. We'll come in there, stomp them, like we should have done the first time.
Home game.
I understand, but again, this time we healthy. You know what I mean?
You should go to the game, Coach.
y'all were healthy
Nah, I
last
can't.
time.
I wish I could, but I'm sure that game, bro, is probably. If it was here in Texas, I would go because I'm sure that game is
That left
$2,000-$3,000.
that left tackle that was getting abused, is he healthy?
Yeah, everybody's healthy. Wingo is
The
healthy.
left tackle that got abused last game, he healthy?
Everybody is healthy, bro. I ain't gonna just let you come. I ain't just gonna let you come
So y'all
for.
gonna even score 18 points this time because you only
Did he
scored
get
50.
help for that abuse he received from Jalen Walker?
What happened to the 50 points that you promised everybody?
Hey, look here, man. It is what it is. We good this time. Like I said,
So you gonna put up 50?
I ain't gonna put no numbers on it this time. I'm gonna
Ah,
just say it's a blowout.
look at him, tighty. Look at
Nah,
him, y'all.
I
He ain't
don't
gonna put
wanna
no numbers
because
on it this time.
I don't wanna
No,
jinx
coach,
my
put your foot
squad.
down. Coach, put your foot down, coach.
I don't wanna jinx my squad.
Go ahead and stand 10 toes on it, coach.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
saying it 10
you say
toes.
they healthy.
We
How
still
you gonna
going.
just
We still look. We got the blueprint. We seen what Georgia did. I mean, what Tech did to them.
y'all ain't Tech?
We
What make you think
seen
y'all gonna do what Tech did?
we seen what they did to them.
Rivalry of
Hey,
his own.
Tidy, he jumped on Tech bandwagon last week, and you see what happened.
I didn't jump on no bandwagon, bruh. Rooting for somebody to win is not jumping on a bandwagon, bruh. That's who I wanted to win.
Okay.
But just know you're gonna get a heavy dose of Wisner this time.
Oh,
Never heard of him.
Sure.
Wisely gonna get an eye.
Sure.
You need to hear upside to go do your research and check him out. That's our running back.
A running back gonna get an eye.
Yeah,
Tech.
the same way the running back was destroying y'all in Georgia Tech. And the week
There you
before
go,
that,
bring it on. You not Tech, dog. Texas ain't Tech.
I understand we're not Tech, bro. I'm quite aware that we're not
Tech,
Georgia
Tech,
Tech.
Tech, Tech probably built their team just for that one game. Texas ain't built their team just for that game, and they're gonna come out and we're gonna hand it to them just like we handed it to them a few weeks ago.
First off, Red, you're the wrong person to be doing the talk because you completely abandoned your team until after they won. Cause I was on your head. You was all down and out cursing them. So what a real Georgia fans
What are you
that
talking about?
who never
Dude, I
lost
do that all
who
the time. We talking
never
about
ran away from their team.
how did I
Hold
abandon my
on,
team?
coach. You're not gonna start throwing them strays at Red again, bro.
What you
Right.
mean? I'm
How
throwing
did I
strays
my team?
at them.
You were throwing
How did
strays
I
last
abandon
time,
my
and I
team?
got
I
your
was the
ass
main
toe
one
up.
talking about it on Facebook.
Because the whole time I'm done with Georgia. I ain't even gonna watch
I
this
didn't say I was
game.
done with Georgia. I said they were playing like pure shit. That's all I said. And they were playing like pure shit in the first half.
Well, they're gonna play like pure shit again this Saturday.
Right. But that was dude, Tech is a rival game
Hey,
for us.
put a
You
Tech
score on it,
gonna
is
Yeah,
coach.
just a
that's a
put
piece
them
of
in
rivalry
lint.
of his
his
own
ass
Tech,
right
like
there.
last time.
Tech is just a piece of lint. We just brushing off our shoulders, man. We ain't worried about no Tech. Bring it on.
Well, I
Bring
mean,
it
hold on.
on, dog.
Let me see. You know what, Keely? I might just do that. Hold on.
I
Let
need
me
a
see.
score. I need a score, coach.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what their last couple scores was.
It ain't real till you put a score on it.
Yeah, you right. I'm about to do one for you right now.
It ain't real till you get missing for 2 days after y'all lose like last time.
I never
Get
was
him,
missing, so I
Tonyo.
don't know what you're
Tell
talking
him
about.
talking about he was partying. What party you was at after your team got mollywopped?
Nobody got partying for
I
2
didn't
days
say
after a
nothing
loss.
about
You having a
partying.
couple drinks.
If you going quote me correct. I didn't say nothing about party. I said I was drunk from the game. That's exactly what I said. And whoever said I was missing, I won't miss it. Just because I wasn't fucking with you don't mean I was missing. Because I was talking to Tidy, Red, and Winston and Keely the whole time. So I don't know what you mean by I was missing.
You should have been sober after ass whooping like that, though.
I don't know what you
Nah,
get drunk for.
nah.
I mean,
He
that
was
was
sitting.
one
He
great.
was sitting in the parking lot with his tissue.
I would have been sober as hell if I lost like that.
Hey,
Nah.
Tonyo, he was in the parking lot like this.
Let's
Yeah.
see. So Georgia
Sitting in the car
Tech put up
crying.
42. UMass 21. Let's see. So everybody done put up
Oh,
at
you
least
going back for
20.
our last 3 games? I can tell you, no losses.
Okay. So at least a dub. All right.
We got in
Okay,
Tennessee ass, we got in Mass ass, and we got in Georgia Tech ass.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say. Let me see. Let me see what I
Say it
want
with
to
your
say.
chest. Say it with your chest, coach.
I always say it with my chest. I'm gonna say we're gonna put up a slight 32 on them and hold them to 7. Hold them. It'll be 32-21.
Yeah, right.
32-21.
They must
But
got
that
some
ain't worth
bullshit
Texas.
at that liquor store
all
you
this
be at,
pumping
bro.
and doing. That's a
Well, you
close game.
came down like 20 points from the last
Nah, he
prediction.
ain't
And
gonna
then,
make that
Yeah,
much
hey,
of
but
a game.
he was gonna
this
say
is
7.
different.
He was gonna say 7
That
that
was
first
regular
round, and then
season,
he
bro. This playoffs. People play harder. You know what I'm saying? Regular
That
season, no one really.
that game made you come down 20 points.
Yeah, no, it ain't that game. It's just like I said, it's playoff. So
No, this is
you
the
know what I
SEC
mean?
championship.
Well, okay. Excuse
And
me.
this is y'all first one.
Excuse me. I stand corrected. That's what I mean. It was a championship game. My bad. That's what I meant.
now,
You
coach,
know, and
I'm
this
gonna ask
this
you
is
a
your
question.
this is your first SEC championship, right?
Right.
Now, John,
Welcome.
are we gonna have a special? I'm asking right now, coach, because I don't want you to disappear on us again. Are we gonna have a special show
Hey man, y'all
after
gonna
the
start
game?
playing with me. When did I disappear? That's what I want to understand.
I know
Yeah,
you.
I
I
don't
know
want
you.
you to go to your
I
car
know
and
you
start drinking.
disappeared. I know you
I
disappeared because
had
I
now.
got an Amber Alert on my phone about you.
Hey, coach. Hey, coach.
Say what?
Now,
Hold on. I didn't hear that. What was that?
I said I know you disappeared because I got an Amber Alert on my phone about your ass.
Oh, I hear you, bro.
okay.
When, when,
Now,
when the next
coach.
time we can expect to see you then? When the next
Oh,
time
Now,
we're gonna
I'm not going to the game this time. So I mean, it is what it is. I'll be there the whole time.
We're gonna be
Okay,
looking for
John.
you.
Okay, Tidy. So that means
Special show on Saturday,
you gotta
John.
put the SEC
so
game
that'll
on
be
ABC.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
That'll
Yeah,
be
but
late
that's when
Saturday
they
night.
play, right? That's when they
Yeah.
play, right? Okay.
Now,
play
what
at
time the
4.
game start? Game gonna start at
4.
8,
I
4.
think
4
it
o'clock.
started.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Oh, okay. Okay. I might be able to. I'm not sure.
Yeah, see, coach, we can do a show. You still have the night to yourself. We're gonna kill you
We
playing.
can do the SEC championship game in ABG. Tidy, you can monitor it and call coach ass out.
Oh, they don't let you stream them games no more like that on Facebook.
Nah, I ain't talking about streaming. Do it like we do the Falcons game.
What you
Talking
mean?
about the game
Thread?
thread.
Oh yeah, we could do a thread, no doubt. We always do Georgia threads.
Yep, he can be right there in the chat.
Just know. I mean, since
James, you're not invited.
Red got a whole peanut gallery behind him. Let me just go ahead and call up some of my Longhorns, and you know what I'm saying. We'll meet you there.
Who you
That
gonna
ain't no
call?
problem.
Matthew McConaughey?
Call
Oh,
all my
hey, wait a minute.
Longhorn partners.
Wait a
And
minute.
we'll meet you
The
there.
very next time, look here. The very next time that bull charged Ugga, we gonna have steak for them.
I don't know
Right
what
there.
that means, but
I'm gonna
okay.
have, hey John, that's my Saturday meal anyway. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have me a good
Cause man,
Longhorn
hey,
steak.
cause see that doggone bull dipped his head on Ugga, and Ugga left, and man, they could barely hold that big Longhorn sucker back.
Who is the
Hey
other?
coach,
What are you talking about?
coach,
That's the
I'm
dog.
gonna,
That's the dog. That's the Georgia mascot.
Oh
Ugga.
yeah, he
Ugga.
should be scared. Oh,
y'all the way
Scooby Doo.
scared. Ugg ain't scared, man. Ugg ain't
Oh,
scared of no
Scooby Doo. He needs to
ugly
be
cow.
scared.
So
He
to my
should.
Georgia fans, what y'all think the score gonna be?
You know what? I would go with 50 burger, but we got to save some of these bullets for the playoffs, so we ain't gonna try and put them up that level. James, I say 35-18. I give them 3 more points than they got last time.
What you think the score gonna be?
I say 42-28.
Tidy?
That's even better, Tony.
31-24 Georgia.
What you say, Tidy?
31-24.
Okay. Who else? Tony.
That's a squeaker. 42-21 or 42-28.
John.
64-7.
Wait, hey John, if that happens, I guarantee you Coach won't show up. I guarantee you he won't show up.
Bruh, I'm not, bruh. Don't nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I not show up? Am I gonna get beat
like,
up
I
or some shit?
was in Facebook
Like,
jam.
Okay, all right, 64-7. We can't wait to see you, Coach.
What you think, James?
What I think, the score is gonna be 35-28 Georgia.
We can get about what? Well, okay, we'll give him a garbage touchdown later. I get it.
I just think that from the last time Georgia offensive line struggled with, I mean not Georgia, but Texas offensive line struggled with Georgia defensive line. I think it's gonna be the same thing again.
it ain't gonna be the same thing again. You can cancel that.
It is. It is because
It definitely is.
Sarkisian schemes in college is a finesse scheme, and you can't do a finesse scheme with a rough defense. And
And they
Georgia
healthy
defense,
too.
the front seven is one of the best in the business. And
And
that's
they
speaking
healthy.
from a Bama fan.
Again, it was so many things was wrong that first game. That was Quinn's first game, second game back from being off for a whole month. It was a whole lot going on. This time it ain't gonna happen. But I mean,
That boy gonna
me
be running for his
personally,
life.
I hope he go ahead and hit the portal or go to the draft. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
But wait a minute, Coach. When you made your prediction last time, none of these things were affecting your position in your
yeah,
prediction
because
last time.
That's because he has no
yeah, it
credibility.
was the whole Quinn and March thing was, and then if you remember correctly, uh, I had James was the one who let me know the injury report because I hadn't looked at it for that day yet. So when he told me the injury report, I was like, oh, I actually even said it. I was like, oh shit, Isaiah is out. It was people out. I was like, oh damn. But I mean,
All
I'd
right,
already
John,
said it, so I'm gonna stick.
write
I'm gonna
these
stick. I'm
names
gonna
down.
stick
All
with
the
my
people that's gonna
guns.
be back.
And what was that? What was that predicted score at that time? Can somebody refresh
I
my
don't
memory?
remember. It was 52 something. I don't know.
It
I
was
don't remember.
Oh,
52-24. It was
all right,
52-24.
all right.
You know
But
what was special about
Isaiah was out. Wisner was out. Like everybody was out. As a matter of fact, Isaiah played, but he was hurt, so he really didn't factor anything. This time we completely healthy,
Okay, at the
y'all
beginning
were
of the
giving a
year.
lot of gifts
and
too.
the same danger that I thought that they was gonna have the first time, but he again he was hurt. You got to deal with this time. Is Isaiah Bond and
Ooh, so
and
scared.
and
Isaiah playing.
And now, Coach, what was your prediction on the game?
oh shit, I don't remember now.
Well, give
I
give
don't
one.
remember what the hell I said.
It was like
Okay,
Said
32
well,
I said I
17.
said
32-21.
32 something.
32
He said
17, something like that.
32-21.
Or 21, something like
32-17 Texas.
So,
Yeah.
to my
That's right.
Georgia
Write it
fan,
down,
who y'all
John.
gonna put in place of Humphreys? Because I know Humphreys in the transfer portal. Who y'all gonna put in place of Julian Humphreys? I think his name Julian Humphreys, the corner.
Man,
He was already
did you
replaced.
see our class coming in next year? That class is
No,
awesome. Let him go
he
to the
talking about now
transfer
though.
portal.
He talking about now. But the reason he left because he lost his playing time. He was already getting replaced.
Oh, okay. I ain't know
Yeah.
that side of it. That's why I was trying to add. Because when I saw him go in the portal, I was kind of shocked, but because I ain't seen no reports on him or anything like that, so that's why I was
I don't
asking.
even know if he got reps in the Georgia Tech game. Like, I don't even think he played in the Georgia Tech game. Like, that's why he was throwing a hissy fit because somebody else was getting his reps.
Oh, okay.
He was
You
happy.
But
ain't
the
playing that
beautiful
Georgia
thing,
Tech game. We don't need you.
but the beautiful thing about the Georgia Tech game was there was no interceptions by Mr. Beck. He gave plenty of gifts to Texas the first go round, and I'm banking that he doesn't give those gifts the second go round. So
Keely, hey,
I
Keely, let
hope
me
I'm
ask
he.
you
with
this.
you. I'm with you on
He
that.
If
been
we go
doing
through
it.
the whole
He
tournament, no
been
turnovers,
doing it.
we gonna win it.
I got them lighting their ass up.
Yeah, hey, if Beck have no turnovers in the SEC and tournament, y'all think we're gonna win it all with no turnovers?
It's gonna be kind of tough because you still gotta. I ain't gonna lie. You said as far as the NCAA playoffs,
For the playoffs.
playoffs. Geez, that's gonna be kind of hard because it's gonna be between the hottest team, whoever's the hottest team at that moment. I think
Yeah, everybody from Gaza.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
they said there's a chance that we can play them again in the playoffs.
yeah,
Who?
it's a chance
Texas.
again. Y'all can make it play Bama again in the playoffs if they make it in.
Now you know. Oh my God, that see, and you know y'all gonna go. You know y'all getting in, James, with their win.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
wait a minute.
yeah.
No, wait,
Y'all ain't
wait.
got no more
Weren't
games left, right?
We ain't got no
oh
more
Bama.
games.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
that's how
Bama,
y'all gonna get
Bama
in.
going.
See,
Bama going.
whatever team choke it up this week, Bama gonna get their spot. Watch, I can promise you that. 'Cause that's
Well, the committee already said that they don't expect anyone who's not participating to necessarily drop. That's what I was listening to on ESPN when they were discussing the committee. So they don't expect Bama to fall out the playoffs because they're not playing.
right. They in there. Damn,
Yeah.
James, y'all lucky SOBs, boy.
Well, it's more so it's more so they didn't expect like teams that's below them, like Miami, since Miami is not participating this week, they
Right.
don't expect Miami to jump over like Bama. So basically anyone who's not participating, they don't expect a lot of movement from them because they're not participating in championship weekend.
I think it was the last week of college football, James, that got y'all in with all these teams choking. That what
Yeah,
happened. That
that
what
what it
y'all.
was. That what it really was. When Miami lost, that will really put it into play.
That's why they
When
need to
Miami
shrink this,
lost.
man. 12 teams, like they need to shrink this because there's no reason for like SMU, Boise State, and there's no a 3-loss team competing for a championship is just crazy to me. Like
They
what
Yeah,
going
y'all
to
doing?
six. Hey, they going to 16 teams next year, right?
Yeah, it's stupid. Like why waste everybody
Hey,
time? Like these kids got to go to the league, man. Like they gotta like let's get the least amount
That news to me,
of
John.
damage done to these kids so
yep,
they can
they
go
going
on
to
to the league.
16 teams.
16.
Hey, Keelan, they trying to wring every bit out
I
of them
get it. It's
kids
about
before they turn them loose.
I get it's about
Damn.
money, but come on, Boise State go to Alabama or to Tennessee, bro. Like it's just gonna be a waste of time, in my opinion. I get it any given Saturday with bro. No.
I don't even want to see all these teams. Like you right, all these half of these teams ain't got a chance hanging with us or Ohio State. Hell, I even throw Bama up in there. I mean, just say
Most
if you can't hang with us, you don't even need to be in the playoffs.
Ooh.
but most
Hey, Jane, you
seasons,
heard
we
him, didn't
know. I mean, it's about
yeah,
who's
I
the
heard.
best.
Hey, now Judge James did give us credit. Though I got to return the favor.
Like it's supposed to be about who's finding out who's the best team in college football, and half the time we know who's the best two to three teams are, or who the best team is by like week 10. There, like
I mean,
I can't think
I
of a
think it's
scenario in which
skewed
we had
though.
to decide between 12 teams ever.
Yeah,
I,
Bama
I
gonna be.
still think
It'll be
I still think it's
16.
skewed though. I think if you have, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but if you don't have a loss, you should be in there for the playoffs. I mean,
No,
period.
nah. If you
Whether
got your
whether
loss by going undefeated in the Sun Belt Conference, bro, that's not equivalent to.
be, but it's the same as um the Final Four. I mean, if you make it to the playoffs, regardless on where you play,
What the
if
football
your
is way
record is good
more.
enough, you
See,
should be
Football
able to
is
play.
way
see,
more.
see,
The football
I
is way more
understand, but
violent
it's,
coach,
than
I
basketball.
understand, but
They treat it like it's
it's
basketball,
still college.
but
I get what you're saying, but it's still college.
bro.
coach,
Any play,
they tried that formula that year when Georgia played TCU. See how that turned out.
Blowout.
yeah,
65
I
to
mean,
7. So they did try that formula and they seen that formula did work. So
I
they
wanted
had
to
to
put
work with
100 on it.
they got to work with a formula that put the
yeah,
12 best teams in.
when you do it this way, like last year, Florida State got left out, or Florida, yeah, was it Florida State or Florida, whatever what it was,
And they
got left
still
out.
crying.
You know what I'm saying?
but
Like
And
you
we
didn't have to
that's
go
put
to
what I'm
12
saying.
though.
in their ass.
If
You didn't have to go to 12 though.
if it's the best, if you're trying to see who the
Florida
best
State
in the
program,
country
y'all.
is, and regardless at any given Sunday, it should be well Saturday rather, it should be record versus record.
I get it, but where's the line of cutoff? Like you can stretch 12 out to 32. There's not 32 teams that's worthy of competing for a
Right? Yeah.
championship.
Well, yeah. You ain't got
So
to go to six. You ain't got to go to 16. But
you ain't got to go to
like,
12.
if a team is undefeated, regardless on where they play, they should have the
No,
opportunity to
no, because
play
we
for
see
the national
no,
championship.
because we see it every single year
Man,
when
you crazy.
Cincinnati was
You
when
think Clark Atlanta
Mm.
or
when
Morehouse, if
Cincinnati
they were
was ranked
undefeated?
when Cincinnati was ranked high and they went to that bowl game and got mollywopped by Alabama, we saw the difference.
Yeah, but I
Molly Wop.
understand what y'all are saying, but think
Why do
about
we
what
have to sit there and watch? Why should we sit there and have to
because
waste Alabama's
their
time?
record says that they should have,
No,
bro, they should
no.
have the opportunity,
Man,
man.
not in no whack
If
ass
you get
conference. They
if
shouldn't.
you
No,
get if you tell these kids week in week out, go out there, play your heart out, do the necessary things to win games, and they win games, and that's all they do is win games. They should not be penalized because they are
Bro,
in
this ain't a
bubble fuck Egypt.
participation.
well,
We ain't
you
handing
better
out
choose a better
participation
school
trophies.
then.
We're
I'm
not we're
choosing
not
no
handing out
wacko little school.
participation trophies. We're
This
not
ain't
handing
Pop
out
Warner.
participation.
It's not participation, bro. If they go out there and go undefeated, why shouldn't they play for a spot? Why shouldn't they be able to play for
Man,
a shot at the
Because
an
national
undefeated
championship?
team
Okay, okay. Well,
in the
let me ask this
VAC
question.
conference can hang with us? You think a Howard or a FAMU or a Clark Atlanta, if they go undefeated, can hang with the big dogs? Man, if you lost your freaking mind,
I guess you said Alabama said the same about Vanderbilt. I guess any team that you lost to
man,
said
Vanderbilt in
you
the
thought you said the
SEC, what are
same
you
thing.
talking about?
Any team can lose, dude. You sound
Well,
ridiculous right now.
Well, wait a minute.
Any team
Let
can
me
lose.
ask this question.
James,
Say
man,
for
help me.
instance,
Going crazy over here.
Georgia playing TCU hadn't called off the dog. Do they deserve to get 100-piece hung on them just to show the superiority of the conference?
Yep.
It does. Yes, yes. If you go undefeated, if you do everything that is asked of you in your conference, you should be able to play for a national championship. How well that goes is up to you.
but the thing is, coach, you gotta look at it though, bro. You gotta look at the level of competition that people are playing on a different level on a daily
I
basis.
don't. Okay,
I'm just
I
saying,
forgot.
bro.
I forgot.
It, it,
I'm
it,
talking
it,
to a
it,
bunch of SEC who think just the SEC is
no,
whatever.
no, I'm speaking in college
If you
football.
win, you should be
Well,
able to
we
play.
are,
I'm
ain't we?
speaking in
Well,
I'm
we
speaking in
are.
college. I'm
You
an
found
SEC
that out.
fan,
You found that out 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Well, we are.
but
I
I'm
hear
just
you.
saying.
I hear
Use
you, man.
Texas.
I
We
hear
can
you.
use
I hear you.
Texas.
I hear
Let
you.
me say this.
I
You
hear
Let
can
me
you.
say
use
I
this,
hear
y'all.
you.
Texas as an
I
example.
hear you. Yep, you
Let me
right.
say
I
this,
hear
y'all.
you.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Coach, they have used that formula before, and they showed you it doesn't work. So they have
It,
to go off the strength of schedule because for the simple fact it is, if they put like the TCU, everybody knew that Georgia was going to blow out TCU, but they didn't think it was going to be in that capacity of them blowing them out within the first half. So
Okay.
you got to look at it.
Okay.
It's a money thing.
Because
It's a listen,
one
coach,
time it didn't work.
coach. Listen, it's a money thing at that point. And even though they made some money, they probably lost a lot of money as well because people were tuning away from that game. So they got to put together a competitive 12-team market for them to reap to reap the money they can get from it.
Bro, Cincinnati
Uh,
had 200 total yards in that game. Total for the
I,
whole game,
I remember
200.
that game, and that was a throttle. I got bored in the fourth quarter.
And this was the fourth. This was ranked the fourth rank. This is a Cincinnati team that coasted in their little conference. Then they put him up against Alabama, wasted everybody's time, and he got a total yard. They got a total yardage for the day of 200.
And the
Again,
thing, we were down the
I
receiver at
don't
that
care
time
about
because
none of that.
we had lost matches against Georgia in the SEC championship. We only had Jameson
Just
Williams that game.
think about what you just said earlier, Kelly. You said it's crazy to think that a 3-loss team could be in the playoffs when you have guys out here who do what they're supposed to do on the football field, take care of business. That's all you can ask of them is to take care of business. Period. Regardless on what conference you in, all you can ask your players is to go out each and every week and take care of business. If
So
they
let me
go out
ask
each
you
and
this.
every week and take care of business, they should
So
not be
so
penalized
All
because
right,
so
they're
so
y'all.
not in
so,
the
so, so
SEC.
let me ask you this. In the
We're gonna have
playoffs
Fort
right now,
Valley in the playoffs this year.
they have it predicted that Notre Dame will play Alabama. Who you think will win that game?
I don't know.
Notre Dame.
Hmm?
Oh,
I,
now
I
wait a
don't know.
minute,
I don't
coach.
know. I don't know either team. But again, it's any given Sunday. So or Saturday.
And Winston, that's a whole lie because Bama will run through Notre Dame. We've been running through Notre Dame for the last 10 years. And that wouldn't even be a game. They wouldn't be able to stop Jalen Milroe on the run. If they lost to
Today,
an Illinois, Northern Illinois team, what the hell do you think they're gonna stop an Alabama team for? And we
one
lost
point
to
break.
Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. That's in the SEC schedule. And Vanderbilt and Tennessee will beat Notre Dame this year.
You will find out about the Black Irish. Don't worry about it. If y'all running to Notre Dame, they can put foot in the head. Why do I tell you?
Notre Dame is not. Notre Dame can't beat us, bro.
Okay.
Notre Dame can't beat us. They wouldn't be able to
Now,
stop our
now,
run, bro, and they couldn't stop our
Winston,
defense, bro.
Winston, you better hold up talking because your team is primed for a big upset. I'm talking about
Yeah.
choke
Tell me about the
job
best
city,
thing on
baby.
this nigga. I don't want to hear about no name nothing y'all talking about. Tell me about the bus y'all had Saturday.
Oh, man. Well, coach, you got one fan in Winston, and you know why he want that to happen because he don't want to see us in the playoffs, baby.
Boy, you
He
will run
running
all over
from
you.
us, coach.
Stop it. You will run all over you. And Ted Johnson on his way back. Stop it.
Oh
Don't get me
God,
wrong. Georgia is nice. Georgia is nice. But Georgia is not the same Georgia from years past. Stop it.
What you
you
mean?
heard Real say that the other day. You
You gotta put the fans to the side. This Georgia
But see,
team is not the same Georgia team from years past.
Wednesday, I'm a Bama fan and tell you that Georgia will beat Oregon because
Yeah.
y'all front seven can't compete with Georgia front seven.
Okay,
All
buddy.
Big
Georgia
Ten
front
teams
seven
gonna
is top
fold.
in the business based
All
on
the
the
Big Ten
recruiting and
teams gonna
everything that
fold.
they do year in and year out. If one thing Kirby
Alabama
gonna
is
have
good too.
ready is a front seven.
You have no other choice but to like a better team. Cause Bama is trash. That shit is counterfeit. You have
Man,
no other
how
choice but
Bama?
to
But look, bro, man, Bama can beat
God
Oregon.
damn, Winston, you
Boy,
had
he
to do him
throwing
like that.
shots today. Get him,
So,
James.
so, so
But see, this my thing is with Winston. And when Oregon come down to the big games, they always choke. For one, for two, he always bank on another year. But when it comes down to it, they don't never show up. But
Well, y'all supposed to
I'm a,
play the game last year.
if we meet up Winston, if we meet with Oregon, we gonna smash Oregon. We gonna smash Oregon, bro. We
Stop
gonna
it, bro.
smash Oregon.
Nobody even thinking about
Your
Alabama.
secondary can't compete with my receivers, bro. Your secondary can't compete with my second string receivers. So
but
what
hold
do you
on.
what are you saying, bro?
But this is what I'm saying.
Worried about
I'm
Did
not.
Bama.
we say that last year?
You can't compete, man, but bro.
Did you
Y'all
say
gave
that
y'all
last
gave
year?
it in the sunlight.
We said
Now
that
y'all
we
gave it
went
in
in,
the
we
sunlight.
went in overtime with Michigan.
The
What other
sun,
But
team
did
went
you
in
beat
overtime
Michigan?
in Michigan and it came
Did you
down to
beat?
the last play?
But did you beat them?
I'm just saying though. I'm just
What are you
saying though.
talking
And
about?
Michigan did their thing
Hold on,
against
hold on.
Washington.
Y'all went
So
to overtime with Michigan. We bust
man,
Michigan ass.
hold on. If you're
Still
talking
be
about
Michigan
last year, what
bust.
Oregon do
I'm
last
talking
year?
about this year. This year. We bust Michigan ass this year.
What Oregon do last year, Winston?
What are we talking
Did they
about
make it to the
last
playoffs?
year when we were
I'm
this
just saying,
season?
you said somebody said last year.
Let's
What did
I
they do
said it
last
because
year?
y'all act
What
like
did they do
y'all act
last
like
year?
just because
I'm
it's
just
the
saying.
SEC.
I'm saying, what
Come
did
on,
they
man.
do last year? Somebody said
Say
something
it,
about
bro.
last year, didn't it?
Bro,
Did
that's
somebody
how
say
you
something
know
about
you got a
last year?
solid team. But you got to
Red,
bring
did
up
somebody say
last
something
year.
about last year?
Yes,
But
I
you got to
did.
bring up
Yeah,
last year. That's how
somebody
you
said
know
something
you
about
got a
last year,
solid
didn't
team
it?
this year.
That's the only reason why I brought it up.
Bobby,
Because somebody said
When you
about
got to
something about last year. My
bring
team
up
made it to the
last year,
playoffs, and we
that's
going
how
back to
you
the
know you
playoffs
got a
this year,
solid team this
even
year.
with 3 losses.
That's how you know you got a
I
solid
mean,
team
bro,
this
Winston,
year. When you talk about
Winston.
last
When
year,
when
what's
Oregon when
going on
Oregon can win the
this year?
national championship, bro, come holler at me, bro. And then when Oregon can
What's
win the
going
national
on
championship,
this
come
year?
holler at Georgia. Come holler
What's
at
going
They,
Georgia,
on
Alabama
this
when you
year?
can win
they
the
ain't gonna,
national
What
they
championship,
ain't gonna
bro.
do it this
this
year.
year? What
I
going
know they ain't
on
gonna
this
do it
year?
this year, Red.
Hey,
So that's why he hype
you
now.
see how
They been,
what's
That's
they
going
why
been
on?
number
Winston
one
hype
all
now.
year
You see how
long. And watch,
Yeah,
what
hey
he say
James,
this from the year that
they
he
gonna be
say
the Eagles of the playoffs. They gonna be the
right.
Eagles of the playoffs.
They not gonna get kicked out the first round, even with the number 1 seed.
Ooh,
Even if
boy.
they beat Penn State, they probably gonna get whooped the first round.
Hey, if y'all play Alabama that first
Bama
round, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, Winston, because I know that Alabama gonna beat y'all.
Because they know they gonna get smacked, bro.
even in
They
the
know they
playoffs?
gonna get smacked,
Hold on,
bro.
hold on,
Man, they
Dude,
know they gonna get smacked, bro. I'm
hey,
telling
I
you,
would be surprised they won't. Hey, James, I would be
Hold
surprised they
on,
won't
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
both
on.
our teams
Hold on.
play again. I know
Hold
they
I
don't
on,
wouldn't
want
be
hold on.
Oregon in the
surprised either
title
because
game.
because that would be the only competition at that point,
Wait a
Red.
minute. Now I can't hear Winston.
This is my point.
That'll be the only competition at
Now
that
wait a
point,
minute.
Red.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I can't hear Winston. See, y'all double and triple teaming the man, and I can't hear
No,
Winston.
ain't no triple team. But this is my point. This is my point.
Look.
People,
Man, I'm just talking,
y'all
y'all.
keep
I'm just
believing that
talking.
the
Got
SEC
the
is
boy
all
hype for no reason.
and didn't Michigan
So
mollywop
we
y'all.
reign
Man,
supreme.
look.
the
SEC,
thing about it is
baby.
both of them got
Uh,
to number one, had that day in the sun and lost this shit, and they ain't found their footing yet. Y'all keep talking about what happened last year. What's going on this year? Cause we playing for a championship this year. What's going on this year?
We all playing
but
for
Don't
one.
talk
Both
about
of us, Alabama and Georgia, playing for the
what's going
championship
on
this year.
this year.
This year we in the playoffs, both teams.
Bama in the
Ain't that right,
playoffs.
James? I swear both
yeah,
teams in the
you're right. You're
playoffs.
right.
Bama is
Yeah,
number
we're
11.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, y'all is number 11.
We're in the playoffs.
That's the best I
Oh,
had.
Man,
he said y'all
Oregon gonna
lucky,
be
James.
hey Red. Oregon gonna be the number 1 seed and get put out in the first and get put out in the second round when they have that bye week. They gonna have a bye week
I
and
wouldn't
get
be
put out.
surprised. They ain't
Yeah,
played nobody. Who they don't play, man? Who they don't played all year?
we done play
Man, they
Ohio
talking
State.
about Ohio State.
We done play Ohio State.
Hey, after Saturday, that loss that win go down a bit.
Hold on, Winston.
And
Hold on, Winston. Hold on, Winston,
they
man.
had to dig deep in the rule book just to win that game.
Hold on. This is the only reason. This is the only reason I bring up.
And what we
Oh,
do?
bro. Oh, bro.
I
Yeah,
swear
like
They
I
Shane
said,
don't
be
want the
holding
But
this shit
green in the
in and he
title
just let
game.
it go.
They want that
huh?
maroon and they want that red and black in the championship, baby. They want Bama and Georgia again. We got to settle this. This thing ain't been settled yet, baby.
Hold on.
we got to come to
Let me say
dang, Red, we got to come
something.
to Athens next year too.
Oh, we ready. We waiting on you, baby.
God damn it, let me say something. This
Now,
is
coach,
why.
your
This
team
is
gonna be
why.
long gone
Go
by the
ahead,
time
bro.
them James is good.
Cool,
Yeah,
man.
if they shut the hell up, I can say something. This is why I brought up last year. This the only reason why I brought up last year is because I keep hearing about how teams don't play nobody and how teams come to the SEC and lose. Yet I watched Michigan beat Alabama last year. So
And it took
clearly,
overtime to beat Alabama
it
last
don't
year.
matter. It don't matter if
It took
it
overtime
don't
to
matter
beat
if it
Bama
took.
last
It
year,
do
bro.
It
matter.
don't matter. Who
It
got
do
the
You ain't
matter.
dub?
ready to beat
Who
It do
got
Bama.
the
matter.
dub?
Because
Who
that
got
was
the
the only
dub?
team that played Michigan tough last year. Because
Who got
Ohio
the
State
dub?
couldn't do it. Nobody in the
I
Big
don't want to
10,
hear
Big
none of
12
that.
couldn't do it
I don't
last
want
year.
to hear none of
But
that.
the only
Who
team that
got the
played
dub?
tough was Bama.
Who got the dub? That's the whole question. Who got the dub?
That's
So,
fine and dandy.
hey,
That's
I'm gonna
fine
tell
and
y'all.
dandy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what. I'm gonna tell y'all what,
You can't
and y'all ain't gonna like it. Y'all ain't gonna like it. Georgia Tech will beat Texas.
Man, ain't nobody worried about what you talking about, John.
Georgia Tech. Now,
Well, yeah, you're right, John. They love
look,
the
you
8
don't have to
overtime.
worry about it. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. Where in the world did Georgia get that offensive and Georgia Tech get that offensive and defensive line from? As stringent as those academics are in that school, did they just drop the grade requirement altogether?
It was
Because I
transfer
mean,
portal.
good grief, man.
It was
They
recruiting and transfer
John,
portal,
you know
John.
about
That
under the
transfer portal
table.
is a bad boy. And it's
yeah,
gonna be a
man. Cause
bad
I
boy
mean,
this year.
cause see, normally people that would go
Get that
to
money, baby.
school for a football scholarship, they wouldn't go to Georgia Tech because see, man, you got to maintain 4.0 if I'm not mistaken. You used to
Yeah,
be able to.
They
yeah,
got
You
but
used to be
tutoring.
able to.
they say Georgia Tech got that money on too, mean money. So that
Oh
name,
yeah, I mean
image, and
everybody.
likeness,
Look, if you
that
graduate
name,
from
image, and
Georgia Tech,
likeness is the mother.
yeah, if you graduate from Georgia Tech, they say you guaranteed to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Engineering or whatever,
I
man,
don't know
shoot.
about a millionaire, but
Georgia Tech was, man, I remember I had when I was getting out of school, had two dudes that left our high school team. One of them went to South Carolina State, the other one went to Georgia Tech. He stayed in Georgia Tech for one semester, and he was down at the McDonald's. The man in the U.S. at the University of South Carolina, he went and played for the Dolphins for about 4 or 5 years, cornerback. Because he could not handle the grade. I mean, he could not handle making those doggone grades, man. So, like you guys said, it must be the transfer portal or whatever. That the rules are different, and somebody said that they might have lowered the academic standards, and I said I believe it. Because see, man, shoot,
I
Georgia Tech
believe
was
it too.
just like
Yeah,
Army or
no,
I
Navy.
ain't worried about. I ain't
they
worried
did
about
not
who
lower the
teammate.
standards. They just get around it by having others do the homework. They have tutors.
Hey, Keely, you
I'm
might know.
speaking
Oh,
Keely,
I'm
you might know
speaking
this
from
guy.
someone who knew
well, hey, Keely, you
Georgia
talking about that
basketball player.
Jan Kemp mess? Did you ever hear about that?
But I know what's the team, Jared Jack team? I know somebody who played on that same team, and they
Yeah.
Oh,
had tutors.
hey, Keely, I'm about to ask you about this guy I went to school with. Kelly Campbell. I know you
Mhm.
remember him.
Mhm.
Yeah, he went to Mays with me. Man,
I
that
mean,
sucker, he used to toast me in practice.
someone I personally played on the same high school team with, who's also a #1 draft pick in the NBA, went to Georgia Tech. He was ACC Freshman of the Year. I know for a fact they have tutors. He played for the Hawks. Y'all do the math. He played for the Hawks. He was a first-round draft pick. I remember the whole recruiting process when I was in school.
Oh, you talking about DG?
Yep. All of a sudden, his mom had a new expedition and all that. I remember everything that happened. I remember he had tutors, and he left right after that first season. He got the hell on.
Yeah,
Man,
hey man,
I
you
thought
can't.
ain't you supposed to look out for the athletes though? God, and that's
Oh
why
no,
Tech ain't gonna
Georgia Tech.
win nothing.
No, see, Georgia Tech didn't play that mess because shortly after I got out of school, they had a big scandal where this teacher, Jan Kemp, busted Georgia wide open about cheating. Them joker were taking agriculture 101 and on the test, they would tell them dig a hole. Oh, that's an A.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, because
John,
of
didn't you go to high school with Martin Luther King?
Huh?
Didn't you go to school with Martin Luther King?
Oh my God.
No, I miss him. I miss him.
There you
Yeah, no, I didn't.
But no,
That
they're
was
very
68. They killed the man in 60 what?
like 69 or
You
somewhere.
was there.
69.
But
Man.
their accreditation process at Georgia Tech is very stringent. So yeah, they don't play about the grades. It's just the way to step around it is basically how the tutors kind of handled it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares they underdogs, coach. They were underdogs last game.
You better care.
They were underdogs last game.
Yeah, because they knew that was again that was a fluke. It ain't gonna happen like that again, bruh.
How was that a fluke when our quarterback wasn't even doing nothing? Wasn't doing nothing.
Our 15 points allowed.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I'm in Georgia. Hey,
That
all these teams belong to me here. Since I'm here. But good grief, that Carson Beck couldn't throw up if he had a stomachache.
Oh, well, come on, John. We need him on Saturday now, so let that dog him out too hard.
Carson Beck is in the same class as Kirk Cousins to me.
So you think he's gonna be able to throw 3-4 picks against us, and y'all they're gonna win?
We did it before.
That's true. Now we did do it before, but he ain't gonna throw 3 or 4 picks Saturday now.
I'm waiting on coach. I'm waiting on coach to say nothing like that has ever happened in the SEC.
Oh God!
Why would I say that?
You make them blanket statements, and see, thing is, my statisticians are looking up your last prediction.
I say what I say, and I meant what I say. And what I say,
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. As wrong as it may be, I don't doubt that.
It ain't wrong. You still have yet to prove any wrong. So
right now, coach, what you say stands. But the researchers are looking because I got 100 years of football to look at.
You can go through it all you like. Again, the fact remains is not going to change.
No, it's the assertion.
There's that. Anyway,
it's not the fact.
Yeah, that's right, Keely. Because he don't wanna go all the way and push his chip all the way in the table. So he giving himself a little wiggle room so he has some excuses on Saturday.
Wiggle room for what? In what?
But okay, if everybody back, if y'all ain't got no words, go ahead with your first game prediction, 52-17. If you ain't got no words.
Again, I said this is a playoff, or a championship game. So it's going to be everybody going to be playing, their hearts out. So again, it's going to be 32 to 21 or whatever it was. I said
we'll have a 32, and we might get y'all 21.
You do, and whoever said that. Shit. What number? Hold on.
You gotta rewind the tape.
Keela, I ain't giving him no wiggle room. He was trying to doggone squeeze out of that, but every time you squeeze out of it, it's just like quicksand. You keep sinking down. You just keep sinking down.
I don't need no wiggle room. I said what I said. It's.
You said what you said last time too.
Yeah, you said. Hey. I'm still looking. Because it may have happened. Then again, to coach credit, it may not have happened. But see, one thing that I learned a long time ago is never to make. Wait a minute, I have something even better. Never say never again.
That was a James Bond movie, John.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tonio, this coach wiggling out of that little prediction like Samuel Jackson in Jungle Fever.
Exactly. Got coach over there with some tight ass drawers on the bus.
Oh, yeah, about to fall.
Why the hell are you picturing me in underwear, dude? The fuck?
Say well.
I said, why are you picturing me in underwear, dude? What the fuck kind of shit is that?
We was talking about.
I ain't saying about no underwear.
Ain't no Diddy over here, bro.
No. And before the Diddy gets loose, gentlemen, we went Somebody trying to come back. It's probably James. But I'm getting ready to shut it down because man, I was supposed to have gone after 2.5 hours. But man, this is a very, very good conversation tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it had I had to work in the morning.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Hey, coach, you got school in the morning?
I do. Matter of fact, that's what I've been working on.
Well, you must be dead sleep. You need class, don't you?
Man, good grief, man.
I'll be
couldn't
good.
do that.
Delusional.
I'll
I
be
couldn't do
good.
that. And I know Winston, you got to work tomorrow.
8 o'clock shot.
Oh Lord.
Hey, what?
See, look here. See now, I'm glad y'all of adult age because if y'all mothers and fathers knew I was keeping y'all up this doggone late, they'd be after me.
Yeah, because we had to be in school at 8 o'clock.
They would be after me.
Well, man, I've been working 9 o'clock. I've been working at 9 a.m. I knew I had to take tomorrow morning off. It's only because I'm having some.
How does your packages look out there, Red? Y'all flooded?
Oh, we getting our ass kicked, man. Me and I'm working in the air belt right now. It's just me and this one other chick, and we got our ass kicked tonight, man. Woo, that was just the air belt. So I know the other, a whole other areas were messed up. But we got out of there in due time. I got about 11 or 12 hours.
Yeah, man. Because I know if y'all messed up, I know the post office messed up. But I guess people got a little money.
Hey, John, it's what we call. Well, you heard it. You know this term for peak season. We in peak season right now.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. After Thanksgiving, hey, it's rolling time. It's rolling
all the
time.
positive things, you're making some money. So, boy, you're in there all day. You're tired as hell. You're a zombie. Like I said, I'm glad I had the energy to do the show tonight. But you see, it took me a minute to come on. I was later than I usually am.
Right. Yeah, man. I used to kill them, man, because we were in a facility where we couldn't leave mail unattended. If you hadn't worked it, man, look at here. I was on the clock 28 hours. I'm on the clock 28 hours.
28 hours, John. That's
sir.
That's a whole day and 4 hours. Damn, man. I know I would have made that. I would have been straight and found me sleep somewhere.
Oh yeah, well I pulled my car in the plant and went to sleep in it.
I know you had to.
That's all I did. I pulled the car and then went to sleep. And see, the thing was, I had the next day off, so hey, I just drove on and got on to the house. Man, all that doggone money. Ooh-wee. But
28
gentlemen,
hours, it was worth it. I mean, you can do
all
it.
right.
Do it.
Hey, now let me see who left. Cause Tidy might have left. Yeah, Tidy left. Winston. All right, hey Red, what you doing this weekend, bruh?
Oh, well, depending on what time I got to be to work, I may or may not be on the Red and Red show. But hopefully I'll be at the Waffle House. But if I am able to make it, y'all know what we do. Saturday, 11 a.m. in the morning. Facebook, YouTube. Hopefully I'll see you guys Friday night if Tidy open up the Waffle House. And John, I'm just gonna be making that money, baby. Peak season. Gotta get paid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tonyo, what you doing this weekend, man?
Taking my blood pressure medicine, and I will be at work and waiting on these damn games to come on because I can't wait to be on Coach Ass on Saturday.
Hey, how you feeling, Tonyo?
Oh, I'm good. I just got to get used to my hand now that it's healed up.
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm real tentative about grabbing certain things.
Okay.
And I know I got to get out of that habit.
That's normal, man. I'm pretty sure that's normal for everybody to handle it.
Yeah.
You'll be back to your old self in a few months.
Oh, I know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. James.
Yes, sir.
What you doing this weekend, man?
Well, I'm gonna be pretty busy this weekend. I'm gonna, of course, try to get. Huh?
So you got your boy this week?
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna get him, man. It's state high school championship in my town this week, And actually, my alma mater is playing for the state championship Saturday night. So the city gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty crowded. It's gonna be probably 15,000 people there to
All right, yeah.
watch the
I ain't
game
gonna
and stuff.
be having a good time, but
Yeah, and get to look at some of the local talent. Get to look at some of the local talent that's going D1. A lot of them, Ole Miss, Alabama, stuff like that. Mississippi
I
State.
don't think we got too many Mississippi guys on the team. I
Yeah,
can't
y'all
think.
do.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, you're running back. Robinson. He from
Oh, okay.
Mississippi.
That's right.
He from Germantown, Mississippi.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be inside. I'm gonna be inside the college in my town, Southern Miss, catching football games all weekend, starting tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow Friday. Okay.
No, tomorrow Thursday. Our state championship start
Oh,
tomorrow.
excuse me, man. I
We
done
got
jumped time.
yeah, we got 7 classifications now. So they
Well, yeah,
start
you
state
scared for a
championships
minute.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Okay, man, I had jumped time. But
Thought
it's
I
been,
had missed it there. I was like, man, I thought it was Wednesday.
man, this being retired, man, I don't know what damn day of the week it is. Now to my partner, Winston. Any closing thoughts, sir?
Oh, man. Thank y'all for holding it down. I had to deal with some family issues earlier. Appreciate y'all for holding it. Thank everybody for coming through in the chat. Man, catch y'all next week. Same bad channel, same bad station. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. Thanks for having me once again, John Winston. I'm out. Big dog.
Appreciate
All
y'all
right,
again. Enjoyed the
and I wanna
convo. See y'all soon, man.
all right. And I want to make sure that I thank everybody that was on the panel here. Tidy Jones, Red, Winston, James, Coach, Keely, C-Dub, RJ. Yeah, that was RJ. And everybody like Stunts and Wallace Smith, Brian Cornelius, John Brooks, who else? Three Dirty, Nando, he's been on, and Millie Mills, and man, thank you guys for coming through. We are going to be back here next week after we see what we do against these Vikings. Oh boy. All right. Winston, appreciate it, boss.
Thank you, John, for holding
Yes,
it down,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. And we out.